Hey, Jerome, welcome to the stream. Can you hear me? Not quite Sunday yet. I'm testing out somewhat of a new setup here. So, let me know. Oh, you thought it was Saturday. Oh, okay, I thought I heard that too. I thought I heard Sunday as well. It is not Sunday. I'm going to be out of the... I guess out of the office tomorrow, is that what you would say? So, I am streaming tonight instead. But I also want to try out a new setup here, so... Again, let me know if you can hear me. I'm sure eventually, once you respond to one of my comments, I'll be able to see that. Okay, I see cool on there, so hoping that's it. So, the way that I've been playing has been... I've been capturing my footage separately from the stream, and I found a way to capture gameplay footage with the stream. The problem is, if I have my usual setup on there, it captures all of my game chat stuff too. So I'd like a way of differentiating my live streams with my videos. And that's what I'm testing out here. Oh, I should have paid more attention. Cool sounds and visual, good. Yeah, I'll probably fill out the, I'll probably fill out the borders a little bit more interestingly. I actually have a gradient background, just in case this didn't work out well. But I haven't had really enough time to get it completely designed out. Oh, I don't like sliding in this part. I've also been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe recently, because this is the game that I'm currently coaching. One of the games I'm currently coaching in our esports. And even though Mario Kart World is out, it is the consensus of all of my players that Mario Kart 8 comp, Mario Kart World comp is somewhat broken. So... But to be honest, I haven't tried to compete seriously in Mario Kart World yet, so I don't know. Oh, I was so close to using that mushroom to get out of there. He just got Mario Karted. I can also do my own little commentary, I guess, if I wanted to. Oh, the star. Why did he take me out at the end? Genesis Synth, welcome to the stream. How's your night going? The SNES console design looks like a brick. The Genesis looks like a sleek Batmobile. I mean, is that bad if you like bricks? I guess that answers that question. How many... Oh, Peach Gardens is one of the ones... This is... I'm trying to pick the tracks that we are competing against the next week. And Peach Gardens is one of them. We're doing Rock, Propeller, and Moon Cups. Along with Star and Banana, I think. But those are the alternates. It's best to 5, so... And all the footage that I can get with me playing these courses. Of course, it's SNES Rainbow Road. I should have picked that anyway. I also like the fact that I don't have to have, like... I have some stage lights in here. And I really like the fact that I don't have to have those on while streaming right now, because my webcam isn't pointed at me. But I can turn it on later if it is too impersonal for people. Oh, good. I was never good at this version of Rainbow Road, even with this game. To your question, what is my thought on the state of Xbox at the moment? Yeah, it's not great. I really wish Microsoft wasn't trying to tank themselves, but I really feel like this is like someone at the board either didn't have enough freedom or had too much freedom. I don't want to say why they're in the state they are, but right now it's not great. I was already kind of tentative on the idea of Game Pass, meaning I didn't know if Game Pass was going to be worth it to me, but I mean, initially I had it for a year and a half, and then I said to myself, if I ever need Game Pass again, I'll just re-up it then. And I have yet to re-up it since, oh no. Since that happened. Yes. Well, I'm gonna earn this ninth. There we go. That's just a warm-up. I don't know, what do you guys think of the Xbox situation at the moment? I guess that's something I'm kind of missing. Oh, -1? Look at my rank compared to everybody else's. Xbox has always had the cool... I think both of these are on there. Berlin Bio as it is. Xbox has always had a cool gaming brand, and my only concern since the very inception and beginning of Xbox, my only concern has been Microsoft. Ah. Would I be interested in a next-gen Xbox? I mean, I'm always interested in what could be next-gen, but here's my question. This is even, like, I'm seeing rumors of PlayStation 6 and what their specs are going to be right now, which I'm assuming that's Mark Cerny leaking that stuff out, or PlayStation's marketing team to get people starting to think about, you know, what the next gen for PlayStation is, because everyone's been talking about Xbox for the last year, it seems like, and the Switch too, so PlayStation might feel like they've been left out. But I am always interested in what the next gen is going to be, but what is next gen going to offer that this gen can't do in terms of gameplay experiences? I'm assuming graphics are going to be obviously more improved, but I mean, we've gotten to the point now, I actually saw this in a meme earlier today, where they said, we've gotten to the point now where there's not really much we can do with... Oh, I lost my protection. There's not really much we can do with... Man, I can't really talk and play Mario Kart at the same time, apparently. There's not really much we can do with... Wow. Let me try this again. There's not really much they can do with graphics, so what gameplay-wise can they do? I gotta tell you, this generation, a lot of people have been talking about, oh, we're gonna offer 1440p with ray tracing. But I mean, to be honest, the ray tracing stuff hasn't really worked out well because it just kills frame rate. And to me, frame rate has always been more important than resolution. Think about the original Star Fox back on the Super Nintendo. When that came out, I thought the graphics were impressive, but it took me years to want to go back and play the original Star Fox again. And I actually only did it only because I needed to get some stuff out for this channel, for the review. There's gonna be 2 more of them, right? Another blue shell? And a lightning. Okay. What? Making all these rookie mistakes. Second? I can do a second. Look at that. And I did that all with complaining about Xbox. Stop buying next gen with the 360. I think the last generation I enjoyed buying next gen was with the PlayStation 4. I enjoyed getting a PlayStation 4, but without backwards compatibility, it was kind of a letdown at the very beginning. Eventually, there became some titles on PlayStation 4 I was excited to have. This is one of the ones we're doing. Please not SNES Rainbow Road again. I don't want to play that one again. That's one of my least favorite. I like trolling though. Oh, I scared some people away by doing that. Glad that you did, really. I mean, to be honest, the game consoles I play most often right now, I guess I don't want to say my Switch. I have been playing that a lot more, only because... There we go. Let's talk to each other. I just got second, so I'm really happy. That's the best I've done in a while. And we got people jumping in and out. Yeah, other than the Switch, because I've been coaching esports, the console I play the most often has been the Xbox, actually, because I have a huge backlog there, and it's a lot of games I haven't played, or haven't played in a while. But the 360 is probably what I've been playing the most often lately. So I think we're like that. But PlayStation 3, I want to get back into, and I know you or somebody else has been talking about. Okay, thank goodness. I'm okay with Thop Ruins as long as we're not on whatchamacallit, SNES Rainbow Road 2 times in a row. Oh, we're gonna call this the challenge room. This is actually one of the tracks I've practiced on recently, but I can't remember if it was for this week's or next week's competition. I really don't want to get stuck next to someone who has 3 different green shells right next to him, because I know I was going to get hit with one of them, and I get hit with the first one. And I'm not going to do... But I will say one of the advantages to playing the 360 at the moment is the games are dirt cheap. And that's, I think, the biggest... I think that's the biggest thing that people need to talk about with how affordable gaming is not at the moment. Right now is probably one of the best times for someone who is into retro gaming, or at least something for the 360, like that era. That's a good time to jump into gaming, because retro games right now, or the older titles, are really... like, they're not that bad. They still look great. They're not the latest and greatest graphics, and they still have all of the games that are coming out. Like, Super Mario Galaxy is a perfect example. I was kind of ragging on that last stream. Super Mario Galaxy is available on the Wii, and the Wii is still a great platform to collect for. Thankfully, it's not too expensive. And Mario Galaxy on the Wii is definitely not a bad gig. Oh no! They knocked me off. And now I'm out of... Where's my boomerang? Stole it! It's 6th place, but it was a stolen 6th place. If there was PS3, PS4 compatibility, you would definitely get a PS4. Absolutely, right? I thought that the PS4 not having backwards compatibility would hurt, especially at the very beginning. Let's see. Baby Park is one of my favorites, but there's no other... Yeah, there's no other track on here. I don't think that's in my... Where's That Was Fun? There we go. I know who Derpy is, but I'm playing it. One of these Miis looks like someone who is actually on my esports team. It doesn't look like they're me, but it looks like them in real life. I don't know if there was animated in this one. Okay, so let's pick one that wasn't even an option. I think they should go with majority rolls on this one instead of random, but that's just me. Went to Walmart yesterday. They had an ample supply of Switch 2. Yeah, that's I think that's really intentional. I think sometimes Nintendo short changes their stock. Having some fun. Short changes their stock somewhat intentionally, but I think right now, because Nintendo's got such a huge install base with the with the Switch 1, they need to get the Switch 2 out there and get more and more people on that platform as quickly as possible. So other than, they've been using tariffs and other excuses as to why they've shipped so many consoles so early. Like they've been shortchanging other regions. So it is selling well, but the reason why they're able to keep stock on it is because they're amply supplying it for a change. At least in the US. Shit went to 2, but I thought I had to... Oh, I hit myself. So lag was definitely apparent there because I didn't see what hit me that last time. Oh, I get a chance to get a good power up now. Usually able to get the purple. Oh, come on. That's what I get for... Yoshi, like that was gonna help you. I think there's only 10 positions here, because I've been doing pretty bad this track. Somebody rage quits. Nope, there's not, but I'm gonna... Oh, come on, I had to get last. I had to place just good enough to not get any good power-ups. Ugh. Only one Xbox and 2 PS5s, so that's interesting. I haven't looked at that in a while. Hey, T.I. Kyle, welcome to the stream. So, backwards compatibility is not a big deal. Most people are criminally addicted to Reddit and such. Yeah, both Walmart's and you had plenty of... They don't seem to be moving, is what T.I. Kyle says. We've already done that one. Oh, this one is one of our recent tracks we gotta do. I'm okay with any of these. But yeah, I know that the big thing about the Nintendo Switch 2 is that, I don't know, according to Nintendo, they're still selling. Hey, the track I wanted was picked for the first time. They're selling well, but they're also being supplied well. And the excuse has been they're shipping for tariffs, but I don't know, do you guys believe the excuse? That they're just selling well because they've stocked them, under shipping other regions so they can get the US in before the tariffs hit. I did see China's about ready to hit another round of tariffs. I don't know how many times I can say tariffs before my stream gets demonetized, but... Oh no! I will say the Switch 2 that you guys saw me stream, it's been twice now, has actually been, I don't want to say gifted, because I've been reimbursed, but is actually now in our esports program. So that's why I don't stream from that anymore, at least at the moment. Because, honestly, I'm okay with the Switch 1 still. There's not really much on the Switch 2. Other than the two games that I played, Mario Kart World and Bonanza, that I really care to play. That's right. Now, let's see what happens. I feel like if I don't use it now, there's going to be something happening. Not a bad setup. I don't know. I know, what are some of the big games that are coming out for the Switch 2 as well? That may look interesting. That's not a remaster and not a remake. Like, right now, like, even Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is a Switch 1 title. I think they have a Switch 2 edition, don't they? Man, they really want us to play DK Mountain. Paris Promenade it is. I think that's one of the tracks we're doing this week. I should have the list of tracks in front of me instead of the list of cups. I can probably look up some of the titles that are supposed to be coming out at the moment. I know Kirby Air Riders is coming out, and that's a sequel instead of a remaster. I'm not really thinking about, whatchamacallit. Like, I'm not looking forward to playing Call of Duty on my Switch. Like, that's another one, too. Like, people are like, oh, Call of Duty's finally coming back to Nintendo. I think the last one they released was either Ghosts or Black Ops 2, whichever one came out later. Probably Ghosts. It was the last one to come out for a Nintendo console. I don't think they had any Call of Duty on the 3DS. And they definitely didn't have any on the Switch so far, as far as I know. Don't keep up with the Nintendo space, so not sure. Oh no! That's what I don't like about these tour tracks. I'm just not used to how they start out. Link and I are about to have some issues. They just keep coming right at them. And of course I get the red shell right before I get my protection. I'm so glad they didn't have a star. They kind of looked like they did. Oh, but I have a star. Let's see if I can hold on to it for a slight minute. Let's see if we make some people nervous. Oh, Derpy's not doing so well this race. What? That was so dramatically timed. Okay, I'm not doing too bad with this. Oh no. Oh, that's fun. That's how far that goes. Yeah, couldn't get up there. Battlefield 6 is getting some real hype. Yeah, I saw that come out a little bit. Basically, yeah, I've been seeing the hype around it, and I didn't know that people were still excited for Battlefield. Do you think that that's making a comeback now because of the, like, Microsoft owning Call of Duty now? Blue Lake is one of our tracks for next week in esports, so let's see if I can get some footage captured of that. Wouldn't mind trying it yourself. Yeah, for me though, it's always going to be like that's going to be, since that's, I call that a game of the week, and I don't mean like specifically a week, but that's like it's like Madden 26. I don't care to get the most current Madden every single time right when it comes out. I might try it later after everyone's like done playing it, because I don't play online that much either. But I guess Madden's a poor example, because that's another esports game we compete in, so I'll have to get used to that again. Oh, were they going to pick my track? No! So yeah, that one could be coming out a little bit, but I think, like, Black Ops 7 has been getting mentioned. I don't know if that'll be out before Christmas, though. You know what? This is one of our tracks, too, so I don't know why I was upset that they picked this one. No, don't drift that way. Drift this way. Drift this way. And I'm not doing too bad replacement. Wow, that sucks. Yep. Because that I knew it, because that means I'm in just about the place where people would get a ghost and get my power up right behind me. That was like the first time in a while that the ink. Yep, we're not going to finish well this time. Oh wait, this is only our second lap? Oh, we might still be able to pull this off. So, them hitting me threw me off. It's too much risk. Too much risk going on that skinny platform in the online match. You know, why can't you bring them up at good power? Oh. Oh! Okay, now I know we're not going to have a good finish, but it was a good run. Filled with tons of potential. I'm in 10th. Come on, something good. This stinks. Yeah, I got to shock 2 people behind me. Woohoo. Bad luck that is. Alright, so have I played Sonic Racers Cross Worlds? Only a new points lower in review score, but way better view scores. I have not played it yet. And to be honest, like I said, for a new game, it's going to have to... it's going to have to be a huge draw for me to get it, which sadly almost means a remake or a remaster. Because I want to pay for $80 for a game that's just sucks. That's almost something that game studios need to understand, is that when we buy games for $80, and they're like, well, you're getting a massive value, that's only if the game's good. You know how many bad games are released that I'd almost say the majority of games that are released are bad or mediocre in some way. But if they're all $80, then that's not great. And when you can buy a great game like Silksong, was probably the last new game I bought. And that game was, what, $20? And that game is a great game. I really enjoyed it. Always buy your Maddens and college football games day one. Well, and that's the thing, if that's very important to you, then you're going to keep getting it. I like football, I like Madden. I'm just not that interested in getting a new reskin or updated roster of a game for $80. That is the same exact game I'm already playing, it's just this one's going to be if you want to keep playing online. I don't want to put down somebody else's decision, I'm just letting you know where I'm coming in. I thought it'd be okay going after the 1, but then I guess the person behind me thought that too. I like how I'm in 10th and all I get is 2 mushrooms as my power-up. Remember, video games don't make us violent. Wired games. But I guess here's another one coming up as well. Are you going to continue to buy the Maddens now that it's being owned basically by a completely different company? Really? And it didn't work out. Oh! That's out of bounds? I thought I just run right over that. See, learn something new every day. I'm just glad all of my green shells finally took out somebody. Well, it's going to be a solid 6th, but... The new Sonic Racing seems to be more well-liked by players than Mario Kart World. 9.1 score on Sonic versus 6.9 on... Really, why is the score so low on Mario Kart World? This is one of our tracks. I'm not sure that I'm not sure I'd agree with the 6.9. It's definitely better than that. It's an 8. It's a solid 8. There's no reason why the user review score should be so far low, unless they're doing review bombing, which is more for a political climate reason, not for a, oh, this game was really good or bad kind of reason. Basically, people love to hate on Nintendo, and I can see that affecting that score. But that's my opinion after having played the game. If you haven't played the game and you're going off of that score, I think that's misrepresenting the game. I'm the only person who picked Cheep Cheep Beach. Just found out Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is out on Switch. New game this year. Is it a remaster, or is it a brand new game completely? By the way, welcome to the streams, Beasters. Stream game, the only way to win is not to play. Ah. I knew someone was going to try to come in. It's always the people in last place that are like trying to steal item boxes away from the players right next to them. Basically, they like kicking people when they're down. They're down, so like, you know what? The only person I can make feel bad about what they're doing is the same. How did that hit me when I was still floating? I stole my item box again. That's alright, I get some pretty good money. Oh no. I saw that guy go for the shortcut and I was like, you know what, maybe I should try, but then I thought I just hesitated just a smidge too long. Steal my item box over Yoshi. Yeah, people trying to get me. Don't fly on. Okay. Hard to maintain that 7th, but I did. Jack says, can make the same argument about Nintendo first-party games. They change very little entry to entry. To an extent, I guess. Especially, like, Mario Galaxy, can't argue with that one, right? I don't think we played that one. Let's go back. No. Like I said, let's wait for more players. Don't care at all about the new acquisition of EA, huh? Have zero issues with buying Madden or anything EA going forward. You know, a lot of people had an issue with it before, even before the buyout, which may be why EA decided to sell. It seemed like EA had lost a lot of... I mean, they definitely fell down well far away from where they were when we were growing up. I think EA started getting a bad reputation in the generation of PS4, like around 2013 and beyond. I mean, it wasn't great in the 360 PS3 generation, but I don't remember buying too many EA games other than the Star Wars games. Having that license really helped them keep going with that. Beaster says, no, the Rudolph is a new game, not the same as the Wii one. Yeah, I was going to say, if it's the same as the Wii one and they're charging $70 for it, no thank you. I've already played that. Why so jumpy? Why so serious? There's like a solid platform where we can't find reviews. I mean, is it... Oh, is it from the same company that's just did The Grinch? Or is it to compete with The Grinch? Probably. It seems like seasonal Christmas games are becoming a thing. Could have used the shortcut. Of course. I do not need the item box in that level. Man, they all missed it but me. I'm not doing terrible in placement, but that's going to change. If there's anything we know in Mario Kart, it's always going to be that. I'm trying to think of the last EA game that I bought that was not Star Wars. And that wasn't a retro title. It's actually like one of their newer games. I can't think of anything. I mean, Need for Speed has always been one. I guess it might have been Need for Speed Unbound. What? Mario Kart really likes to screw. I enjoy that. It's weird to hear Link underwater. Hello? No! I fell off. Link is really not going to be happy with me after that one. I should have been a fifth. I got cheated. MK World hasn't had any controversy that you know of. Not sure where the review bombs would be at. Oh, for Mario Kart? I thought, for some reason or other, it was Mortal Kombat. Always gotta choose Moo Moo Meadows. That's always gonna be a choice for me. I mean, I don't think it's a controversy around Mario Kart per se. I think it's Nintendo. Like the Switch 2, the bigger price, raising the price on the first Switch, Nintendo going after streamers, Nintendo and their monopolistic practices in the 90s. I mean, there's just some things us gamers haven't forgiven, right? I don't want to put that out for everybody, but I know. I don't even want to say for myself. Oh, it's going to be random. No, it is Bowser. Okay. Only charging about $30 for the Rid-Off game, 50 Canadian. Nice. Company that made it made some OK Games Game Mill. Oh, okay, I've heard of Game Mill. And it's a physical copy, which we will all enjoy, of course. I think Game Mill may have made the Grinch game. I haven't bought it yet, but it was recommended to me after doing the Christmas streams last year. I haven't got it yet, but I'll have to look at it when I do. Of course, I'm looking for a used copy, used physical copy. Oh yeah, there we go. But you can steal my item back, Sam. Yeah, well yeah. Well, there's my protection. What? Okay. I'm gonna be like Little Wayne or Little John, the streamer. When I only when I only respond to what's going on in the stream with, what? Okay. And when I win, I'll go, yeah. Hey, if he can be a millionaire based on those words and phrases, why not me? I think that's everybody's philosophy on the lottery as well. Hey, if anyone else can be a millionaire by buying a ticket and not doing any actual work to earn it, why not? And people are like, he's putting down the lottery now? I'm like probably the majority of Americans who only play the lottery when, I ate the squitter. Who only play the lottery when it's worth over, like, a certain amount. Not that when it's lower, it couldn't hurt. Couldn't make a dent in the old, what Jeff Foxworthy said about it, the old Pinto payment. Yep. There we go. Hey, that was a decent fourth. Thought OG Games made the Grinch game. Oh, okay. Like I said, I didn't have it, so OG Games it is. What you can say about the Grinch is that they've re-released it every year, and it has new content. Really? That's an interesting title. Look at all the people jumping out now. Okay, so I think all of these are ones that we're about to play. I don't know about Tokyo Blur. I do know this is one I practiced recently. I just don't like Moonview Highway. Seems like, and look at that. Of course, I picked the one I don't want. It's just one I have to play, so I can coach it, get my familiarity with it. How long have I been streaming now? This has been going pretty quick. Oh, it's almost been an hour. Must explain why I have to go to the bathroom after chugging down the first soda. Tiakal says, I'm curious now, do I know Little John from his music, or just from the Chappelle Show? I'm going to say from his music, but that's what made me appreciate the Chappelle Show sketch. But I can't think of it. He's always collabed with songs. What's the song I'm trying to think of? Of course, I'm going to try to Google this before it loads. Turn Down for What? That's the one I was thinking of. Also, Get Low. I forgot about that one. Oh, and Shots. Shot. I know that one. Who could forget that one? But no, the Turn Down for What? Turn Down for What? And of course, hearing me try to sing a rap song is probably one of the funniest things anyone could ever think of. Look at that. My green shell did absolutely nothing. Everyone was able to effortlessly skate around it. But that bomb was able to take me out. Ooh, there's another one I can see each time. I say you don't know. You say you don't know. I say, take me out. I know I won't be leaving here with you. I won't be leaving here. I know I won't be leaving here with you. Okay, I was going to say, if I miss Donkey Kong at point blank range with this, that's just going to be sad. I knew it! I knew as soon as I launched, I'm like, I'm going to get hit with my own show. I went silent because I'm just like, I was already grieving and coming to terms with it. Sorry. I don't know if I got what it takes to say sorry. I should have bought you flowers. Held your hand. Could have given you all my hours. I had the chance, but I was too busy playing Mario Kart. Knowing that I can capture this without my voice commentary just frees me up to do all this wacky stuff. You guys notice I sung like 4 different songs in the span of 30 seconds. Starting with Turn Down for What? Usually I don't have that kind of recall. Doctor! Take it. I stole 9th place, and I feel good about that. Oh my gosh. Hey, Max Abramson, welcome to the stream. Clicked on a 32x video, got this. 21 times better than the 32x. Well, are we going by how many bits that is? I will say I have done a, I don't know if it's a popular video, but one of my more popular videos is on the 32x, so maybe that's why it recommended me. But hey, glad you made it in. Yeah, Beasters, the good old 32x. Wish you collected a bit more for it back in the day. And believe it or not, Beasters, that was I call it a crime of opportunity for me getting a 32x. Because I grabbed a Sega Genesis and Sega CD combo for $34.99 back in like 2015 or slightly before that. Maybe it's 2013. But I ended up grabbing it just because I'm like, oh, a Sega CD, I'll finally get to own one, and I'll finally get to play some of the games. And it was just before, I mean, they were always kind of expensive to collect, but it was just before everything shot up. And right after that, I found a 32X, and it was a 32X that hooked up to a Model 1. And I was like, I can finally have the Tower of Power, the 32X, the Sega CD, all connected to a Genesis Model 1. Because the Sega CD2 that I had, oh, you... Goomba stomping, spaghetti slurping. I don't even know what that's from. I just heard some of my students saying that as insults to each other. I'm assuming it's not trying to be discriminatory. You see that star is aiming for me, right? No! 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 I lost out. I don't know if you guys can see. You guys can't see me, but I'm doing the sad face. For a second, I thought maybe I might have smart screen on. Thank goodness I do not. Alright, we're gonna try it. Success. Then I'm not gonna stick around for somebody knocking off of that. I was gonna say, how far back am I if I get a blue shot? Oh, are you kidding me? Toad. Who gave him a bus driver's license? Or a trolley license? I want to know. Licensed by Shigeru Miyamoto himself. And you know what? Funny, no, regardless of everything I've done, I'm still in the same spot I was at the beginning of the race. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. No, I missed the last one. And now I won't get to use my bullet bill because I've got to wait for this thing to go. And now what I get? Oh, I got 6th. Okay, whatever. Is there anything more that raises your blood pressure than Mario Kart? I don't think there is. Yeah, Beasters has the Tower of Power as well. It's pretty awesome. bought, you don't know, about 15 or 20 Jaguar games, but neglected the 32X back when. Really? Only have 5 games that came with it. So I have a, and that's, I don't know if I'm the opposite or if I have, oh, Moo Moo Meadows. We didn't play it last time. I really have to go to the bathroom, but I saw Moo Moo Meadows, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to jump out of this room just yet. Oh, I get to be the only one who says something. Anyway. I think I have about 15 to 20 games for both the Jaguar and the 32X, and thank goodness that I collected for the Jaguar before, like, have you seen what the pricing for the Jaguar console is like now? Or some people would say Jaguar. Not Jaguar. That's how I pronounce it. It's not an American thing, it's just me. I'm the only one that pronounces it like that. At least that's what I'll tell people. Yeah, I mean, the price of the Jaguar. Oh, they picked me! See, it was worth staying in one more. My bladder may explode, but at least I will play Moo Moo Meadows. And I did want this track. It chose my track. I'm going to be horrible at this track. My guess, anyway. Yeah, those things are going for well over $500 now. And I remember passing on a Jaguar console because it was like, it was way too overpriced for the time. Now, it would be considered a... Derpy is still here. Now it would be considered like a good deal. But I thought it was way too overpriced. And then sure enough, it was the first and only Jaguar that I had seen in a retro store ever in my life. And I remember thinking to myself, do I pay the extra $150? Because that's how overpriced it was. I remember debating, should I just go ahead and bite the bullet, pay the extra $150 overpriced that they want for this thing, and risk never seeing another Jaguar again. So anyway, I did not pay the extra $150 that this store wanted for it. And part of that is, I don't know if it was intentional, I just really don't think they knew what they had. They were probably going off of like the complete in-box price, and this was loose. It was just the system with a controller, the adapter. I don't even think it had an RF adapter with it. Oh no, they took out a cow? No! You guys saw that, right? I was in first for like 0.2 seconds. But it still counts. A first is a first, darn it. Anyway, moral of the story is, not 2 weeks later I found my second Atari Jaguar in store. Same franchise, by the way. No! I had one gap. One gap. 9th? Are you kidding me? Okay. That sound means it's time for me to take a break. Oh. You should see my face right now. It is, oh my gosh. It is so red. I'm saying, I need to back out of this. Yeah, I'm going to leave that group. Alright, I am going to take a quick break. Yes, I am here. Yes, it's me. Yes, you can see me. So, oh, man. Yeah, and I saw, and it was $150 cheaper. It was priced at the guide price, and it came with an S-video cable that hooks into the back. So, and it came with a game, because they're like, we don't know who else will need this. So, they had a game that came with it. I think it was Checkered Flag, but at least it came with a game for me to test it with. Oh, no, it came with a, Where Did You Learn to Fly? Cybermorph. That's what it came with. So, yeah. Moral of the story is, don't buy something just because you're afraid of it, you know, never showing up again. Don't overpay for something if it's not worth it to you. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. I'm going to try to keep playing this. I'm just testing a new setup, so I'd only plan on playing Mario Kart for a while. I do have to... Oops. I'm recording that. I do have to practice and coach for Mario Kart this week, so that's why I'm playing this on stream. So stick around. I got more streaming coming. It's a good conversation tonight, too, so let's keep that up coming. I will be right back. Alright, we are back, and... Oh, we're not going to spectate. I thought for sure we would. Did we do Maple Treeway yet? I know that's one I gotta do. Waluigi Stadium's coming up too, so might as well be the only one who picks that, I guess. Oh, let's see what we got on the chat. Anything else we got to talk about before I keep going here? Oh yeah, the Jaguar was $250 at launch, which was not too bad. While the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo both launched at $200. Sega Genesis in '89, Super Nintendo in '91, Jaguar in '93. So I guess that's not too bad. Although it was $299 was the launch price of the PlayStation a couple of years later, so yeah, I guess not too bad at all. Especially considering things like the CDI were super expensive. Does anyone know what the 3DO launched at around that time? No, I don't know it off the top of my head because I know we're getting close to where I'm going to need to know that. But because I haven't looked it up recently, I actually don't know. I know the CDI was super expensive. I just recently I'm going to include a little blurb of that in the upcoming videos, so I was just looking at that. Oh no. This is one that I still haven't mastered drifting in. Well, I really do like the soundtrack of this one. I don't know why. I enjoyed it when it came out on the Wii. Right? See? Something about the drifting that just throws me off in this one. Maybe I just shouldn't drift. Go back up to where I was. There is what I call a law of diminishing returns in this game. Where you can play it for so long that eventually... Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Did I take anyone out? No, of course not. No. I pressed the reverse lookup rather than the brake. Yes, Nick, Mario Kart has a brake. I'm just gonna get this out of my way. I thought the coins were the most useless power-up, but I think it's the Piranha Plant. Because now, not only did that keep my item slot from filling up with something... Goodbye. It didn't even give me any placement, it didn't take out anybody, it was just useless. What do you guys think is going to be like the next big thing, like the the next generation of gaming for the PlayStation 6 and whatever, if Xbox ever does release something? I'm still not convinced they're not going to, whatever hardware they do release, because they did say, oh, we're committed to, darn it, same thing. They are committed to releasing some hardware. Doesn't say that it has to be like physical. It could be a cloud-based hardware. But what do you think the next gen game consoles are going to offer that this current gen can't? I think the big thing, if it's just another incremental upgrade for graphics, I think I'm going to see a lot of people who are just like, I don't care for gaming anymore because it's gotten to oh no! Why? Either I got stick drift or something. That shouldn't have happened. I was not steering in that direction. Which, it is possible. With how many times... with how old this controller is that I got drift, but who knows. I mean, I've been saying this since the PlayStation 4 Pro. I want genuine 4K at full frame rate with ray tracing. That's what I want. That's something this current generation is not offering. And I'm willing to debate anybody on that if they think that it is being offered. Full 4K, full frame rate, ray tracing. Because right now, the only things that are offering that are PCs with 5080, 5090, 4080, 4090. And that's something that game consoles should have targeted a long time ago, because right now, a mid-range gaming PC, I don't want to say right now, I know earlier this year, I built the computer I'm streaming on, and it is a mid-tier gaming PC. It cost me roughly $600 to build, roughly the cost of an Xbox Series X, and the performance is almost equivocal. Like, I was playing Cyberpunk 2077. I did the tech demo on it, on this thing, or the tech benchmark, and 1080p, uncapped frame rate. I think it was getting like 90 frames a second with ray tracing on in 1080, and that's about what it looks like with the Xbox, or not the Xbox version, the PlayStation 5 version, I guess. Like, I was getting what looked like equivocal performance. It's not 4K, but for the same price, I was getting... And the thing that I say about the PC is, okay, so that could be the same price as a game console. And you're like, okay, well, you're getting similar performance, so at least that means the game consoles are holding their value. But just keep in mind that gaming is only one thing I do on this PC. I also use it as an office PC, I edit videos on this PC, I render videos, and I'm game streaming on here. I do a lot of stuff with it. My game console can only play games. I can do a lot of other things with this PC. So, are game consoles meant to do a lot of other things? No. But then the pricing should reflect that. Why? Every time I've gone to take a shortcut in this game tonight, it has always been taken away from me by a ghost. I should have held that for just a little bit longer. Stolen. Okay, I don't know what that was, but I did not mean to do that. There we go. Maintaining my place so far. Fudge. Every time I get ahead. Every time I'm out, they pull me back in. Oh yeah, what's with the Godfather 3 starting to show up in memes lately? I've been seeing a lot of that frozen screen from Godfather 3 in memes, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's like all of a sudden gotten like a better reputation since it came out with the Gen Alpha crowd. Bullet bills. Forget you. I think I pretty much maintained the same rank from when I started. I don't know how that's even possible. Alright, I've been seeing some chat go through on that one. Polymega would seem to be a perfect fit. Like a perfect fit for me. Want one but can't afford one. Not impressed with the Jag at all. Well, that's another thing too. I didn't buy the system because I'm impressed with it. I bought it because... I don't want to say I'm a completionist, but I like having a variety of different game consoles to experience. Basically, being able to experience for myself is the reason why I bought a Jaguar. And thank goodness I did, because everything that has been said about the Jaguar online, I feel has been overemphasized for effect. Its bad qualities have been over-exaggerated, and its good qualities have also been over-exaggerated. It's just a mediocre system. I will say I was a bit more impressed with the controller than I thought I would be. But really, the mediocre is really the right term. It's not so bad that it's, you know, should be discarded, but it's not so great that it should be remembered. And here we go, we have some other things on here. Here's the thing with PC gaming. When you go to buy a game, it says Radeon such. Oh yeah, and what number? It's so vague with no idea what that means. Yeah, with PC... That's one of the things you buy with a game console. You don't need to know its specs. You just need to know PlayStation 5. You just need to know Xbox Series X. Or Pro or regular. That's pretty much it. With PC, it takes a lot to keep up on it. But for me, I'm always keeping up on it because I work in IT and I now teach technology, so I kind of have to keep up on it. But yes, I will let you know the AMD naming schemes are the most irritating of any name product I've ever seen in the tech world. And I'm surprised how close they came, because usually I would say Cisco. Cisco equipment is networking, and all of their stuff has obscure part names as their product names. But AMD's Radeon, oh, that was so close. And not only that, but they take those obscure names and then they reuse them. The same exact product can have that same name. Here's this year's AMD Radeon 6600s. Here's last year's AMD Radeon 6600s. Right? So yeah, I hear you on that. I guess I'll say right now, NVIDIA's naming scheme is a little better with their graphics cards. I don't know about their CPUs at the moment. I knew that was coming. Hey, you know what? At least you only get 2, my sons. Darn you, Bowser. So long, you Bowser. You know what? That's going to help me none of the least, but whatever. Now, about what are the odds that you just have that one thing? Yeah. Don't know this stuff, can't figure out, and you're wanting to do it. Oh, you are wanting to do it. So, I mean, in that case, what's great about the online community is always post your questions. I mean, I'm willing to help with what knowledge I have, but I will admit I'm not the expert on everything. Like, one of the biggest things before I built my own PC that I wanted to look at is I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to bottleneck anything. Bottlenecking is either your GPU is much more powerful than your CPU can handle, or it's the other way around. Your CPU is much more powerful than your GPU can handle. One way is going to bottleneck the other. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting money by getting a great GPU with a CPU that couldn't handle it. That was my big thing. Hey, they picked my course. That's a good sign, right? People really be out here trying to make PC gaming as some sort of strange rocket science. Makes you sick. It's super easy. Being serious, everyone asks gives you no answer. That's why you don't have one. Really? Look, this is a family-friendly thing, so you can't figure out basic stuff like that. Well, that's the thing, too. It seems basic, but I mean, think about something you're not an expert in. Like, I'm going to say, I'm not an expert in sewing machines. That's going to seem like ancient Greek to me when I first look at it, but, I mean, I get it. Because I've seen it all different ways. Like, a lot of my experience with helping people has been basically kids between the age of 14 and 18. So, I'm okay with people not knowing this stuff. I've also helped out some of my work colleagues when they were trying to help out their kids getting something for college or not. But I mean, I've been amazed at how much people do know and how much people don't. I'll say this too. As much as I know about computers, I wish I knew a fraction of what I know about computers about cars. It would seem like cars and computer guys should have a lot of like overlapping knowledge, but I don't. I don't know what that was all about. I just wasn't paying attention. So, I guess that's where my thing is. I know, like I said, to some people it seems so simple. So, another example. I know the guy I work with in my technology department, I call him the expert because he has like 20 to 25 more years experience working in IT than me. But like I said, there's things that I would consider myself an expert in that he needs my help on. It's hard for everyone to know everything. So he always comes after me for like iPhone stuff, and I always go to him for like Android stuff. And I think it's just because he deals with that more on a daily basis because he owns it. And the last time I owned an Android was in 2011. So. I don't know, maybe I'm altering people's perception of me. How did I get the 8 power up? I was like in 8th place. There was almost... Oh, is that the reason why I got it? Because I was in 8th place. Oh no! If I could have kept my aim straight, I probably could have stolen 4th place, but that's alright. Alright, back at it. You say it literally can't be more simple? I think that's the only argument I have against that, TI Kyle, and maybe because I'm just playing contrarian, is that that's why game consoles exist. Because people don't know. And that's evidence that it's harder to figure out than some people think. I guess that's always one that... Have you guys ever tried to explain computers to someone who doesn't know how a computer operates? It's very hard to do. It's taken me a long time to get that, because that's obviously what I do partially for a living by teaching this stuff, but... Yeah. We're in an impasse then? Why can't you tell how it works? Oh, and there's another thing too. How many times have you guys had a teacher who really seemed to know their stuff, but could not for the life of them teach it? Like they're an expert in it, but they couldn't explain it to somebody else. Teaching and knowing is way too different skills. Just because you know something doesn't make you a great teacher. Just because you're a great teacher doesn't mean you know something. I've seen that in both ways. I like to think I'm a little of both, but you never know. There you go. And like I said, that's another thing too, is I'll still point out, the online community, more times than not, is very supportive, so people are always willing to help people out. Now, there may be some attitude with it, or there may be some misinformation out there because of misunderstandings, but I'd almost say a good place to start now, other than asking people on the stream, could be asking AI. But AI is going to get stuff wrong. Yeah, there's some good points being made there. So, usually, the first question I ask somebody, let's say I'm going to Grandma and Grandpa. Grandpa he grew up with having to figure out if his card was CGA compatible with games. So, when he was a young lad, when he knew computers, the IBM 5150 was the PC that he coveted, and when he stopped knowing about computers is when he retired 20 years ago. So let's take that guy for example. And he says, I want a PC that's good for gaming for me. And you're like, okay, what kind of PC is Grandpa going to need, right? Would you start with the graphics card? Because I'm just going to let you know, that's not where I would start. Where I usually start every question is, what do you want the system to do? What games are you going to play? It's not good to start with any specific parts when you're going to build a PC. The first thing you want to do is, what purpose does this PC need to serve? It's like, if you want the latest and greatest, or do you... Gosh darn it, I should have used my horn. So that's the first question to ask. It's not graphics card, it's not CPU, it's... Okay, hold on a second. What in the world just happened? Maybe the best person to ask is not the person who's getting 12th in Mario Kart, but... That's another thing, too, because some people, no joke, I worked at Best Buy for a little while. If someone said, what games do you want to play, and they told me Mario Kart, the first thing I'd say is, well, you don't need a gaming PC. And yes, you would be surprised the amount of times I had to sell somebody a product that they didn't walk into the store for, but it's the product that they needed because they didn't know what they needed for what they wanted to do. I guess at the time I worked there, though, the iPad 2 was a thing, and everyone walked in assuming they needed an iPad. Like, oh, an iPad does everything, right? I guess it's different for now, but back in the day, the biggest reason why I had to talk people out of buying an iPad is because they thought it was a substitute for their desktop computer. So they wanted to do things like, oh, I don't know, edit videos. Which at the time, iPads could not do very well. Hey, Andrew Brightwell, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat there. It says, I love your content on the 16-Bit Wars. Glad to find your love. Yeah, appreciate that. We're just going through and talking about going through and building a PC. And we have some confusion. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad to see that they're finally getting noticed. It did take... the first part was been out for a couple weeks, and it was one of my more popular videos, but... oh my gosh, I need all 3 of these tracks. Let's do Mushroom Gorge. I don't think we've done that one yet, have we? I'd be okay with either of those two, the Sky Mushroom Gorge or the other one. I'm practicing right now because I have to coach these tracks in esports next week. It's the middle of our Mario Kart season in esports, and it's good for me to get back in and just learn relearn some basics, get some practice in, and if any of my players stop by the stream, they can see that I'm also practicing like they should be. There we go, Trollmaster's coming in. Sorry, but the American SNES design is atrocious. That's not subjective, it's objective. Everything with looks and aesthetics is always subjective. That's my opinion, though. Usually I say there's an exception to every rule, but no matter what I chose, believe it or not, I mean, if you take a look at the poll, that's one of the reasons why I like the polls. I didn't think that every poll that I did was going to match up with my own opinion, and obviously this one didn't. But notice I wasn't the only one who had this opinion. There we go. Too bad I didn't get a power-up where I could use that more efficiently. Oh! Lag again. Those green shells I grazed didn't take me out. Man, this timing my jumps for the bonus this week. Oh, that star would have been nice. That's the problem with reserving power-ups, is you never know when they could be taken away from you. Oh, come on, bounce off the mushroom. Thank you. Right. It's a new lap record! Wait, wrong racing game. Unless I get hit with the old Mario Kart routine. Oh, thank you. Thank you for bringing me the most useful power, a green shell. Yep, not gonna be able to get the gap like I was, but no! As I said, every time I go for a shortcut, my mushrooms get taken away. And every time I'm surprised. Man, we had some people drop out in this match. Oh, Jerome talking about, yeah, no one talks about Amazon Luma. I'm going to say, in your opinion, it's a great service, albeit limited to a degree. I will say, I mean, all those are subjective as well. It's a good service for cloud gaming. But for me, I'm never for cloud gaming. EA is also Luna now? Oh, really? I did not. Actually, that I did not know. Great thing about the service is it now allows you to buy games. So when you buy games, are you able to play that without going through a cloud version? Are you able to download and install it, or can you only play it through cloud when you buy them? Because I think Stadia allowed you to buy the game as well, but you still had to play it as a cloud version. It's your only outlet to modern gaming. Then I would say it's definitely worth it. That sounds right to me. It's definitely going to be cheaper. Yeah, TI Kyle disagreed with that as well, with the SNES design being atrocious. SNES isn't huge, so you're not too concerned. I was thinking of physical media. Will live just a little bit longer than you expected? Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at with it. I was surprised that the Switch 2 still retained a card slot, but I think it's mostly due for backwards compatibility. Because I think Nintendo, or somebody reported that 80% of all Nintendo Switch 1 sales and software has been digital. So, yeah. That, to me, meant physical gaming was not going to be a thing on the Switch 2. But I was pleasantly surprised that they still included a card slot. Now, with that in mind, its execution does not surprise me. Oh, okay, so these are basically now just key cards. It's something you can physically buy off a shelf, so you feel like you're getting something, but it's just to unlock a digital title. Hey, again, it's more than I thought we would get. You know what, I took out 3 different players so somebody else could take me out, so I'm just glad to do my part. How many times am I going to hit the obviously huge giant ball on my way? I was just getting ready to activate my star power. Every time I've reserved my star power, it's also come back to bite me. Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog. I am not happy. Come on, zap me again. I dare you. I double dare you. I'm sorry, did I break your concentration? Sex. That's like perpetually what I'm supposed to get, I guess. Jerome says, I believe I can play them on PC if you had a PC, if you bought the games through Ubisoft. Yeah, now that one is too. You can also play games through GOG on the service. Okay. That's nice. GOG Games has done a lot to help preserve, like, owning your games. Moo Moo Meadows. I wanted to choose Bowser Castle, but I made the rule I have to choose Moo Moo Meadows every time it comes up. If anyone wants to have me choose a specific track instead of Moo Moo Meadows, you guys can vote for it, and if the majority go for it, I will put that on there. Right now you're playing Dead Island 2, and it's excellent. Oh yeah, Dead Island 2. What do I have that on? I'm looking at my Xbox collection, because I think that's where I got it. Maybe not. I have Dead Alliance, there's Dead Rising. Do I not have Dead Island 2? It might have been a game that was given away for free then as a digital title. I don't see it in my collection. Oh yeah. You were thinking the physical media lived just a little bit longer just because people have to buy vinyl, have no idea what it was? Yep. But I think the people who are buying vinyl aren't playing the media, they're buying it to display it. Hey, they chose my track. Oh, excuse me. I can't type in the chat because now it's just typing. There we go. Now, physical media has another 10 years, yeah. No, I agree. I think the only thing that can keep physical media a thing is maybe if there's a law that is passed that forces consumer rights to things. I doubt it will happen, but I can see something like the EU talking about digital software basically having a way of owning media. So if it's not physical right now seems to be the easiest way people are able to own their stuff. But even still, I always say that's a perpetual license for it, so you never have to pay for it again. But I guess as long as the physical media endures or doesn't break down, discs are not indestructible, we found out, and may be degrading faster than previously thought. That hit the banana peel that was behind them. Not one they dropped. Yeah, that's right. What? Took out my protection. They kept me in first, took out my protection because they knew it wasn't going to last. How? There is a thing about green shell physics that means that whenever I shoot them, they don't hit. But whenever somebody else shoots them, they will ricochet and hit me. The only person I've successfully hit... Oh, no, I guess that's not true. It's objectively not true. Yeah, get it? So disappointing. Anyway. You bet your cousin like 5 years ago that the next Nintendo console or Switch thread over would be all digital? No, I said I thought it was going to be on the Switch too. I was already preparing myself for never... Ooh, Calamari Desert is one that we are going to be competing in next week. Yeah, we vote with our wallets, yep. Paying $5.99 a month for that, very reasonable. I think Luna, for me, is included. I thought that was, yeah, that's Amazon, right? That's included in my Prime membership, so technically I have access to Luna. I don't know if there's different tiers, but I have never used it. The only thing I use on my Prime gaming membership are the free games they give away every week, which I actually haven't redeemed mine for this week yet, so I don't know what they have out. They gave away Morrowind from GOG Games on there, so I have that. So, I mean, there's a bunch of those out. Oh, are they going to pick me again? What? Did it lock up? Okay. It picked me again! Yay! Some game could probably thrive in a non-physical environment by offering physical media like Atari. Limited run games. I think physical media is not going to completely disappear. At least, I don't think they're going to completely disappear in the next 10 years. But physical media will still be a thing due to companies like Limited Run Games still producing stuff. And if it comes down to the point where they have to like offer an attachment, like a USB physical media drive, or maybe it just turns into flash drives, SD cards, stuff like that. Like, I think that's... I mean, somehow they're going to keep doing it. Or they only exist because of retro systems. So, like, the Atari 7800 Plus deal that they have going out still accepts physical media, so they're going to still keep making physical games. Does that make sense? I know. I think the physical media stores that are out there, like I said, retail is not making a killing on that, but the thrifting market is still benefiting from physical media. It kind of surprised me. That's another time that they've stolen my mushrooms. It's kind of amazed me when the Goodwills in my area, they switched almost all of their physical media to 99 cents just across the board. Granted, I haven't seen anything worth collecting in there for a while, but basically, for the most part, most things that you find physically were 99 cents, unless otherwise marked. Even like TV show seasons were just 99 cents across the board. Oh. Oh my gosh. I just can't survive without my 2 coins. Whoever had that ghost is going to be disappointed. Second! Now it's a good finish. But even still, I think those retro game stores only have so much time left. That's why a lot of them, like GameStop, was switching away to collectibles, and that's going to be what keeps those stores going. Pokemon cards, physical board game. Sky High Sunday is one we're going to do soon. But I mean, a lot of thrift stores like Goodwill, they offer things other than physical media too. Even their physical media section shrank way down. But I'll say, once you get outside of my local area, if I go up to like near Chicagoland or down south near the St. Louis area, they're still charging like individually priced physical media items. So minimum $4 per DVD. And if it's a Blu-ray, they price it higher. And if it's a TV show season, they price it higher. But like I said, in my area, it's like physical media is like, alright, its days are numbered. There's a few people collecting it. What kind of surprised me is in the midst of all these discussions with the physical media stuff, VHS has kind of made a comeback among like Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Like, I have a couple of students who talk to me about their VHS collection that they're starting. And that kind of surprised me too, because I thought for sure VHS would be like, no, there's no way people are going to be nostalgic for VHS. They could be like it's not like a Laserdisc. It wasn't a cool format. It was just, this is what we had to do to view stuff. They should put red buttons on the SNES and not purple. Thanks for the Genesis. Looks like an arcade machine. Oh yeah. Yeah, no problem. like I said, I try to paint an accurate picture, even though I'm going to give opinions. Obviously, I have to justify them. I do get why people like the Model 1 Sega Genesis. It was meant to look like a piece of CD equipment. It came from arcades. I mean, it was meant to fill a purpose, but for me personally, I like a more simplistic design. So for example, I like my PlayStation 2. I dislike the look of my PlayStation 5. That could be a discussion all on its own. Which version of the PlayStation had the best aesthetic design? Okay. Yes, I'm in 8th place, and all I'm doing is shooting fireballs back at people who are not in 8th place. Sorry. I was just getting upset for people trolling me earlier. Come on. I got to use my star. It wasn't taken away or shocked away from me. No! There's absolutely no way that should have shoved me off of there. You had a green shell, why didn't you use it? No! Oh! 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 Out of all the things I should have gotten hit by and didn't. And a useless piranha plant. 6th. I've gotten 2nd, 6th, or 9th. That's pretty much all I can get in this online atmosphere. Alright, I was saying a bunch of nonsense beforehand. Let me see what we got caught up here. Pick whatever track you're here for killing time. Oh, same here. We're not doing Mario Kart Stadium. I don't think we're doing any of these, so I'll have to random it is. Thing about physical games is what difference does it make if they require updates, if they're there at all. Well, and that's the thing, Beasters. So that's the thing about like the Switch games. There's a lot of question, and Xbox Series X games. There's a lot of question about if the game is really on the disc and can be played offline. As far as I can tell you, I can't speak for all the games coming out in the last couple years, but when I tested it with my PlayStation 5 offline, almost every one of my discs played offline. So I didn't have to bring my console online and I could play the game. Now, are there glitches? Are there missing content? Is there anything else I have to do? Possibly. But for the most part, the big thing is the game on the disc. Now, for Xbox games coming out on PlayStation, I've heard they've got the same problem the Xbox discs do. So like Indiana Jones and whatever, Great Circle, is that what the new one's called? I have heard from other sources that game is still not on the disc, so if you buy it for PlayStation 5, there's no advantage to it. It's also not on the Series X disc. So yeah, that's kind of the big thing too. What do you think about people who compare the value of their Steam libraries? So I didn't know that was the thing against like Steam gamers. Like they like to compare, oh my collection on Steam is worth $800, or my collection on Steam is worth $1,200. I have a hard time with that personally, because technically, and this is unless I'm misinterpreting their license agreement, their games, once they are purchased, are worth zilch. You cannot resell them. You can't, and your license to them could expire. Technically, you don't own them. So how can they have any other value other than if I were to try to recreate this library, maybe it would cost me that much to recreate this library. I hate when I unexpectedly trigger the, That was good. I don't care anymore. I'm getting so frustrated with this, I don't even care how I do anymore. Now why not? You don't care if you get 10th place? Maybe that's my goal. Maybe my goal is to get 10th place. No, I'm in 6th. I want to be in 10th. Listen to Nintendo like, oh, if you want to get 10th, fine. We'll make you get 10th. No, I'm in 5th. I don't want to get 5th. No! Yeah. I just threw my controller down in frustration. Ugh. Yeah. Video games are now disposable, not for life. Well, and that's where we're going to have to rely on basically game piracy for preservation. And that I think is sad. When the climate encourages piracy because of practice, not because of anything else other than practice being the number one reason. I don't like to condone piracy, but I mean, it's kind of like saying when someone is committing a crime and they injure themselves, people usually don't have sympathy for that or empathy for the person who gets injured, because if they weren't committing the crime, maybe they would have been injured. I like how two people chose that, and that's what got you picked. That's good on you, Nintendo. Yeah, the Great Circle. Never cared about ownership aspect, just cared about game libraries. Well, here's why I care more about the game ownership. For example, if I want to play Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Bros. 3, I don't have to pay for it again to play it. I paid for it, well, I guess technically my parents paid for it once back in 1990, and I could play that still to this day. That console is approaching, gosh, 35 years old? Yep, I had to cough and I couldn't hold the cough button and do that at the same time. I still have to cough too. Yeah, I'm in third. That's my big thing. Is that games shouldn't have to be paid for on a subscription basis. I think the same thing with movies, too. Like, the only way to access movies shouldn't be through subscriptions. Movies, TV shows, what have you. I think the biggest place for people to understand is with music. I think people mostly understand, like, oh, you know, you should subscribe and then be able to get whatever music you want. Problem is, music has been severely devalued over time. Sure, why not? That's what you get for being an 8th. I am just all over the place because I just don't care anymore. That's what you get for being an 8th. Here I am. I'm in my sweet spot. I'm in 6th. I'm in 7th. Is Birdo like the Wario version of Yoshi, by the way? Oh, so close. A what? I have no idea. Look at this. I'm gonna finish in 6th. Wow. If a game goes away because the company owns it and wants it to, that's fine. I don't agree with that. I think that once a piece of entertainment / art is released into the world, part of the ownership, like pulling it back, is not an option after that. But that's just me. And up until now, we've never really had to worry about that, right? You're random. Because whatever came out can always be accessed again, even if the company took it offline. But I'm not a big fan of lost media. That's kind of my, I guess, view as a former history teacher. It's just a game, a step that has gone, that's moved on with your life. That's insanity. No, I refuse to because I don't have to. I know it's kind of a trolling statement, but that is actually what I believe. Because I don't have to, I'm just gonna say that that's just what I believe. I don't like, have you guys ever seen a show called Unsolved Mysteries. Hey, they chose my track. I'm not a fan of Unsolved Mysteries either. I don't like not knowing something. That's why I like watching the old Robert Stack Unsolved Mysteries shows. When they give updates like, 30 years after this broadcast, this person was caught, served their sentence, and has since been released. That's how long ago that show came out. Something I make doesn't become yours just because I put it out in the world at some point. Well, that's true, but when you're selling that to somebody, I don't think you should be able to pull it back after it's been sold to you. That's my big thing. Yeah, the great Robert Stack. So that's the difference. If you want to put art out into the world and have more control over it, you should not be selling it to people. That's the big thing. I think, it's kind of a philosophy I think George Lucas shared with movies, is that, once it's put out in the world, it's not really yours anymore. He fought against that, by the way. He didn't really think that should stop him from trying to do whatever he wanted with it. But he felt because he was the original artist, he could make like changes and do all that kind of stuff, and the fan base should just be like, hey, sorry they fell in love with something that was incomplete, was always his philosophy. But that's the difference with selling things. He still sold the incomplete masterpiece, I guess, to people, and he even did it again shortly before he made his changes. It was the 1995 VHS box set that had the original Star Wars trilogy in it, which also came out again on DVD. I just got flattened. Son of a whore. Nothing makes me curse more than Mario Kart, that's all I gotta say. I don't want to say nothing. Here's where you see me just sabotage myself, because like I said, once I'm not feeling a run, I'm just like, whatever it takes to end this race. I don't care what place I'm in. Yay, the green shelves of doom. That'll surely keep me in this place. Still a knife. Going back on the other chats, you have Crewfest on Luna, amazing racing game. So Crewfest, is that related to The Crew? I remember that was taken offline not too long ago. We agree to disagree. I've always been heavy on the side of people who actually make a thing, get to call the shots and deal with it, especially if it's a luxury to them. Yep. Right. I get the perspective, and like I said, we just agree to disagree on that. That's fine. What about if I were to add this onto it, a qualifier? What if it's just people who own it? So it's not the original author. I guess that kind of comes back to music, because most music original performances aren't owned by the artist. In fact, that's kind of it's been what's been predatory practices in the music industry. Just for example, who's the lead singer of Creedence Clearwater Revival? He just got the rights to his song catalog back because he sold it like right after everything came out, like in the early 70s. He realized he didn't own any of his music and he stopped performing for years, and now in 2025 he owns his song catalog again, and now he's redoing all of his songs with his family, I believe, and doing stuff with it. So for most of that time those songs have been out there, it's just been a corporate entity profiting from it, not the original artist, because of predatory business practices. And that's my opinion on that. I'm not quoting a source on that. Same thing with Disney and 20th Century Fox, with Star Wars and things like that. What if they decide to pull Star Wars and say it's never available again, or it's not available on anything else but whatever new platform? I guess That could be a poor example because they're not really pulling it and keeping you from accessing it, they're just forcing you to go into a platform, and as far as I know, they're not really big on selling stuff separately anymore, but they still do make physical media. All the new Star Wars shows they've made, I own on Blu-ray. Which is nice. What? That was way too quickly for him to have gotten that power up already. The only time I've been first for more than half a microsecond, and I get a blue shell. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because I've seen so many blue shells come out in this game, but... I'm lacking protection. Oh! And I haven't looked at your response yet, but because I'm actually doing good this race, and I kind of want to see where this goes. Oh. Okay, now I don't care. Now, I can think of a game that I really enjoyed playing, that I wish they would bring back, that I know they probably will not. It came out 5 years ago. And yes, I've been able to find other games to play, but the point of it being, I'm not able to play it because the original author doesn't want me to play it, or the original rights holder does not want me to play it. I just stole third with that bullet bill. Super Mario 35, I thought was an excellent game. It was a nice twist on the original classic. I think they should bring it back, but right now I'm unable to play it because Nintendo doesn't want me to. And I'm not happy with it. I guess, do I have to respect their decision? Yes, I do. I feel like I have to respect the decision, but I don't have to be happy about it. Let's see here. Same deal. If you're the legal owner... Okay, so yeah, there you go. So if you're the legal owner, you have to call the shots with it. And I guess that comes down to wanting some control. Yeah, it's kind of like saying, I don't know, I guess there's extreme examples that aren't out there, but I don't want to keep hypotheticaling this to death. But it's good to know that that's kind of where it goes. Tokyo Blur, I think, is one we're supposed to do, but I haven't been picking it. Yeah, I'm the only one who picked it, too. That would also be fine if Disney decided to do that. People will decide if they want to support them or not. Well, that's part of the thing, too, is that I don't know. Hey, I picked my track again. Don't really care about games going away and not enough into it. But the same thing with movies, that would be a tragedy. So you don't agree with Beasters is not agreeing with that? Yeah. The reason why I said that is there is a lot of, I don't want to say lost media. It's not that it's never been out, but there are some pieces of media that will not be re-released because basically whoever is the rights holder does not want it to be released. But I think where my perspective comes from is 100% through historical preservation. Like, all this stuff, like, this stuff shouldn't be destroyed. Kind of think of the Indiana Jones thing. It belongs in a museum. I kind of embody that philosophy a little bit. I would be more okay with it if there was, like, definitely a way to make sure, like, hey, this will be preserved in a museum, so when the current climate that doesn't want this out there goes away, it can still be retrieved by future generations. That I'm more okay with. Like I said, everything I've been talking about now has always been like because it's been sold. I guess I'm coming at a perspective from consumer rights. Consumer rights and historical preservation. Now here's another interesting topic. Knowing my philosophy on that, would you also believe there are some things that I wish could go away and never be seen again? We don't all have to be hypocrites, but I know there are certain aspects of my philosophy in life where I can be. I hope they enjoyed that, and that's another solid second. Oh yeah, so the Crew Fest on Luna is the latest Crew racing game. Yeah, I enjoyed the Crew back in the day. I can't remember if it was a free game I got on PlayStation, but that's where I played it last. Had Crew 2 on Stadia, definitely a top 5 racing game. I thought they were pretty good. I don't remember the Crew 2 as much, but I do remember the Crew. And again, I was saddened when they took it offline, but that's understandable. They want people to keep going on the newest one. Rock Mountain is one that we definitely have to do. I don't know if I've done that yet. We're now 2 hours into the stream. There's a fascinating documentary from up in the Yukon where they found tons of lost silent films. I've heard about that, Beasters. Haven't seen that documentary, but I would look forward to looking at that. Yeah, they had to store them in a cold climate, under the floor, and they survived. Nice. Amazing story. Imagine finding that. Yeah, no kidding. Guess you don't think video games are important enough to care about too much at this point? Like them, play them today, but they're like children's toys at the end of the day. Well, that's another thing, too. I would argue children's toys. What did they pick? Koopa Cave. Interesting. Koopa Cape. But I guess I should think about the stuff that I put out there. I don't know if my channel will be worthy enough to save for future generations, but I also think that people, it's kind of like history in the past has always been viewed from the rich, the nobilities, the victories, and things like that. So it's interesting that it's possible in future generations, for the first time, they're going to see the average Joe and how they experience these events. Now, are people really going to want to go back and view how, like, at this time, think of all the things that could be viewed by history that are going on right now. You have the trade war, you have the war in Gaza, you have the Russia-Ukraine, world tensions, all that stuff. And right now, we're talking about the loss of physical media and if video games are worthy enough to be preserved for future generations. Is this something that future generations are going to look at and study seriously? Like, does this need to be preserved? And I'm fully aware that I'm putting out this content and I'm curating this right now. I also think, like, you know what? I don't know if it's worth the time and effort to save all this stuff. Maybe save an example and just be like, oh, this was this? Oh, come on. How am I in first place for this long with this kind of performance? So, I mean, I'm also kind of a pragmatist. I'm like, yeah, not every YouTuber that wasn't hugely successful doesn't need to be preserved for all time kind of thing. But I think this phenomenon of the average Joe getting to start, like, their own YouTube channel and talk about their passions, all that stuff, I think that'll be worthy of note in history. But will I be one of those notable figures? And here comes my comeuppance. Nintendo 56. I think there's a term called Mario Karted. I think I just got Mario Karted. If that's even a thing. First to fifth. Oh well. This is Mario Kart, not some dying level of a Civil War fighter. But that's the thing, too. I mean, back then, that's what we would have looked at, are the soldiers. But what about just the regular old Joe living up in there? That's kind of history I find fascinating, by the way, is history, is extraordinary events from where I would have been in that. We all like to think we would have been a soldier, or we would have been part of the nobility, or we would have been something in it. But really, most of us would have been the peasants. Would have been the lower classes of history. And it's interesting to see where would I have fit in these extraordinary events in history? Like what would that have been like to live through? Interesting to theorize, not so interesting to actually have to live through it. I'm not saying I should. But yeah. But that's how we had to view it now, and now we have an option. The world is not a worse place because Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't preserved. Doesn't mean we lose all of our history yet. Well, and gaming is another phenomenon that's more of a recent invention, and I think it's worthy of preservation myself. Well, like I said, is all of it worth preserving? That's another question. It's kind of saying, like, it's for people who don't understand technology, kind of circling back to that. It's worthy enough to think, like, all this stuff takes up data, and it takes up precious resources to save data. Think about, like, the Internet Archive. Preserving websites from, like, GeoCities back in the day. That's another thing, too, where I can definitely tell you, my Star Trek fan site from GeoCities isn't really worth... What? I was going to say, I should have taken out a red shit. Isn't worth preserving. That is my opinion. What did I just do? I wasn't paying attention. I did a complete 360. There's absolutely no way I'm going to come back and win this race, but I think that would just be the sweetest irony if I came back and won this race just because of that huge mistake that I just made. Like an amateur mistake at that. Alright, now, keep in mind, Tyler, that you have to actually exit this Travis circle. You can't just keep circling around. I have never seen a bullet bill get so good a placement. After they were done. Yep, use your arm. Oh, and it still hit him? Fantastic. Oh my gosh, this could be our first place finish of the night, and it is! Oh! It only took, how long? 2 hours and 15 minutes with one bathroom break. Holy cow. Oh. That took forever and a day. This is my track. I didn't even realize this was going to be my track. Everyone else is looking at this and be like, who the heck is player one and why did they just beat me? They probably think an NPC just beat them. Now, I'm just going to say this. That should be preserved for all time. I should actually, I'm gonna reverse my argument. Everything I do is historically significant. It should be viewed by everybody. I am that important, right? No, that is exactly the opposite of what I believe, but... Oh my... Think people will care in the future? Or means that video games aren't that important enough? Yeah. Basically, yeah, to care that much about preserving. Doubt people will care in the future. Have you ever read, I can't think of the name of the book. There's a standard history book over the history of, like, I would call it the history of how humans have gamed, but it starts out as a history of sports. And basically it talks about why did sports come about and things like that. That's the kind of stuff that I think history should preserve. Because it talks about, like, even like the ancient Egyptians had sports and gaming. Cavemen used to play games. And so it's like, what basic human need is being met by gaming? And in the electronic age, how did we update that to an electronic version of sports? So I mean, and who knows? Maybe, as many games seem to be predicting, we're heading towards. They think we're heading towards like a dystopian future where, not a dystopian future, but a future where all of our technology will basically be no longer important and will kind of revert back to a basic society. I'm thinking like Horizon, not Horizon Forbidden West, because they still use machines, but the machines are mimicking the wildlife of the past. But humans don't use machines anymore as much. Oh my gosh, did I just use a shortcut without any consequences? I just said it out loud, so come on Mario Kart, do your thing. No. First place has a red shell, I get coins. I mean, it makes sense, don't worry. Man, Wario is having a tough time back there. I usually don't look at the map, but I just did, just for the curiosity of how good is this placement that I'm in right now. Oh no! Alright, second chance. Nope. That trolley's gonna take it away from me. Come on. Hey, I got to use one of them before I got taken away. Nope, that's not gonna work. Bouncing around, kind of like a pinball. Sorry, Angelica. Sixth it is, my old favorite position. There you go. Doubt people will care in the future. Online spaces like YouTube and Reddit try to spin gaming as more important than it is. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the internet, right? Is we're finding people who have the same passions as us and is very passionate. But I'm going to say, it's not like everybody's going to be like, oh, this doesn't really matter, but, like, why would you post a comment like that? Obviously it matters to you, otherwise you wouldn't post it, right? I mean, in that respect, all we're all doing with hobbies is killing time until eventually we die. But that's a very morbid way of looking at it. Very depressing way of looking at it as well. Why we're here, why not have passion about something? And if you can't have passion about something that matters, still have a passion about something. That's my encouraging phrase for the day. Take something silly and make it serious. Take something serious and make it silly. There you go. I prefer having fun as opposed to killing time. Right. Well, that's what we're doing. We're killing time by having fun. That's something too. Okay. That's gotta be lag. It's happened to me a couple of times, and I thought it was my controller. Now I'm starting to think it's Mario Kart. Because it would not let me steer. It's not, yeah. It's still not letting me steer. Not with the precision I want. It's almost like I'm watching somebody play. Or I'm telling somebody to play and is doing something slightly after. Just because sometimes I can be a bit facetious, you're gonna start making me say comments like, see, now this is worthy of preserving for history. Yeah, look at that. See how long it took that item box to do? Oh my gosh, the lag is real here. This is going to be the most... Okay. It's kind of resolved itself. Nope. I am not... Oh my gosh. This is... I don't think that's supposed to be possible. I just got double coins. Somebody told me a while back that's not supposed to be possible, but... Unless the game glitches. I'm starting to believe... Oh my gosh, the lag. I'm not just preparing for when I inevitably lose, I keep getting nothing but coins. Yeah, it didn't let me jump there, it didn't let me jump there. Every input that I give is like a half a second off. If I'd have thought about it, I should have put my camera with my camera pointed at my controller so you can see when I input inputs. Whew. Oh, I guess I should have turned, huh? Oh, that was horrible. Yep. No! Am I going to get 6th again? No, okay, good. As long as I don't get 6th again, I feel like that's the position I was getting. Yeah, I'm going to drop out of this group and see if the lag goes away. That was terrible. My inputs were so delayed. Holy cow. Yeah, I'd agree to disagree again. Like playing video games? You're playing right... Oh, okay, let's change the conversation then. What are you playing right now? I think you may have told me a little bit ago, but I've already forgotten what you have. Yeah, that was some. It has been a while since I've seen serious lag like that. That does make me laugh, T. I kind of like that. Put it like this, you know that "oh no, anyway" meme? It's kind of funny you mention that because it made me think of this thing that says, it was just a meme that went, "oh no, my eggs, they were all in that basket." And that's the meme. And it makes me laugh every time I hear it. There we go. One or more consoles are not responding, please try again later. That's what I wanted to see. What if I do regional instead? Well, I'm going to tell you this. I care about gaming a bit more than that, but not as much as, say, my life would not be distraught. I would still be able to find purpose in life if video game went away, but I would still be sad. For at least for a little while. Oh, and of course they're playing. This is one of my favorite tracks, and I get to spectate it. That's awesome. Hey, Tiny Dancer, and that's Elton John, isn't it? Is that really Elton John? I heard he's going blind, so probably not, but... Hold me closer, Tiny Dancer. You had a busy day today. Roll me down in sheets of land. I know I got the words wrong, but that's close enough. I was playing Forza Horizon 5 since the stream got you in the mood for racing. Playing I'm assuming that's Final Fantasy 14 now. I think you mentioned that a little bit ago, so that's nice. TikTok Clock is one we're doing soon, and we haven't done that one yet. Jerome says, I've actually been considering what's it going to be? Oh, what's going to be like the last video game that you ever play? I added the ever play, right? The last video game that you play. Yeah, that's crazy. I will say this, and that maybe this puts your priorities a little bit more simply. If you knew you were going to die in 72 hours and you're on your deathbed, you can't move, but you can get, like, you know, your loved ones around, your friends, would you spend any time of it gaming? And that's a good question for me. I don't know if I would have that on one of my deathbeds, but I will say this: it wouldn't be alone, right? Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. Nice. I would say I would want to play a game one last time with friends, or if that was something that we want to do as friends, right? That could be one of my deathbed wishes. Beaster says, Player 1, pick 5 games that you can't live without and no thinking go. Super Mario Bros. 3. I'll go with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe since that's what I'm playing. Plants vs. Zombies. Yes, that one. Lately, Balatro. That's 3. And I would have a hard time picking some other ones. I'm trying to think of like a big game. I could cheat and do like one of those like games remaster kind of thing. I can be facetious and say Fortnite. That came to my mind, but I can live without that one. Although Rocket Racing was my life for a quick bit. Is there anything else that came to my mind? Donkey Kong Country 2 would be a tough one. And I have to add an RPG on there. Maybe Final Fantasy VII. That's not a game that I've ever like gone back and replayed though properly. I don't know if I got the 5, but those are the ones that came to my head off the top of my head. Here's another way of phrasing that final question. If I was on my deathbed and I could not be surrounded by family and friends, or let's say, you know, everyone preceded me in death, or they didn't and I would just be lonely, I guess, oh, the lag is back. I got one good race and the lag came back. Yep, and it's not going away. Thought regional would help out better, but maybe it'll just be a whole restart of the game. You know what, the lag is actually helping me, because maybe everyone else is dealing with the same lag. Oh my gosh, nope, it is not helping me. This has got to be Nintendo's doing. My gosh, I have no control. It's not doing a thing. I can't move. Wow. Okay, Nintendo. I think that's a sign that I'm done for the night. I'm not really. I could keep going, but that's terrible. That lag is just horrific. Oh, an Excitebike Arena would be one. Let's see. I'll give it one more race, but if it happens, and I mean if Excitebike Arena is not picked, then I'm gonna drop out. Bravo! I like things like that. Because you find it so hard to do. Well, that's the thing too. Like, if I had more time to think about it, I would probably revise my choices. But those are. I was just thinking like, what are my favorite games of all time, and that's what came out of it. Not sure, it'd probably be a game that you wouldn't have to worry about finishing. Right? Solitaire? Like I said, oh, of course, they chose my track. So... Okay, this is working. Without lag. I will tell you this. I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. Would I want to play as my final game if I was able to choose and know? Would it be an online game even? Because for me, the reason why I play games most of the time is because I am by myself. It helps stave off a bit of loneliness, right? As a kid, that was always the reason why I wanted to play video games. Actually, I wanted to play board games. The board games require a second player. And because, like I said, didn't have very many friends growing up, that was one of my big things was with playing games. I didn't have to rely on somebody else for my entertainment. So, yeah, that's an interesting prospect. Confined to a hospital bed with nobody around, and like I would probably, you know, that just sounds like a sad way to go. I'm not quieting down because I'm sad. I'm quieting down because I'm trying to concentrate on the track. So far, the lag hasn't been a thing. Does he have a horn? He does. Risky, but I'm gonna try. It was a risk, but what am I gonna do there? Oh, there you go, T.I. Cal. Yeah, that's as I said, what definitely influenced my perspective, right? So T.I. Cal says, maybe that's why you don't care as much about video games. I always had tons of friends growing up, or always outside doing something, sports, bike, chasing girls, etc. Yeah, that's, and I will say, I'm not the only person who I've run into with this scenario, but I was I want to say a very sickly kid, but there was a lot of times where I was sick and wasn't able to go out and play. But another part of that is, yeah, why not? Berlin Byways seems to be a track that people were choosing earlier. And, yeah, I've explained this before, like, there's been a lot of times, I don't want to make people feel bad, or I'm not trying to gain sympathy from people, but I am a very much a loner kind of individual. It's kind of weird. You won't find a lot of teachers that are like that. But it's Saturday night, and I have no friends to hang out with, so. And I guess in person. So that's why I'm taking it here. I'm playing games with some nice people online. I'm chatting with some nice people on YouTube and Twitch. So, I mean, it's nice that there are people here. Now, I would feel even more depressed if Nintendo couldn't find anyone to pair with me to play games with, and you guys weren't chatting with me. But like I said, I find something else to do. But yeah, being a sickly kid and one who didn't have a lot of friends growing up, this was the saving grace. This was your interaction. And I feel like there's a lot of people who have a similar experience with games who hold high importance on it. And obviously, the relationships I make with people hold more sway than the games I played when I was by myself, kind of thing. So, like, there's a lot of stories I have where I have talked about, like, hey, you know, like, even with my older brothers, I said something like how my older brothers teased me by making sure that I didn't get playtime when we first got a Super Nintendo. But then I also pointed out how one of those same brothers helped me learn how to fly in Super Mario World. And that was a very difficult concept. Oh no, the lag's back. That's why I ended up drifting in the wrong direction. Let's see if I can compensate for the lag. At least I have an excuse for why I'm not doing well. And yes, I wasted that without doing a shortcut. I hate the shortcut. I have a very poor success rate with that shortcut. Much better success rate with that shortcut. I almost blew up the map. And I had that power-up mushroom for a while, and it waited until just right there, when I was at the edge of scooting through that shortcut to go off. Oh my gosh. Alright, you know what? Usually I'd stick it out, but I can't. That lag is just horrendous. Horrendous lag. Play video games too. It's just a time filler. Everyone's waiting. Yeah. Until everyone's outsider to get into something. Yep. Like I said, just a way to kill time. Hey, Nostalgic Soul. And that's perspective. Well, I would say, I don't know. A lot of people would avoid me, so I remember when I was a kid, I would feel the need to hang out with people more. But I think one of my coping mechanisms for basically people would avoid me. And there were reasons why for that, and I'm not going to say I completely agree with them. I'm just going to do a single-player match since lag seems to be a thing. I'll just do one Grand Prix just on a track, on a cup I don't have a trophy in yet. Cherry Cup, why not? Everybody got their reasons you play games mainly in the morning before kids? Yep. Right? And that's, like I said, that's a good thing. It's, the apathy is a tragedy and boredom is a crime line from the song This Is the Internet is a real thing, right? So why, when you have time, why wouldn't you just play a game to kill time? Used to not playing against human opponents and back to NPCs again. Yeah, I'll say mainly my reasoning for being a loner has to do with the fact that people wouldn't hang out with me, so then I always take the attitude as like, well, if people don't want to hang out with me, then I don't want to hang out with people kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that much of a pessimist when it comes to things. Like, if someone were to say, hey, do you want to hang out tonight? I would be like, nope. Can't hang out with you, I want to play video games. Like, I'm not that, I don't think I'm that kind of a person, but I'm sure there's times where I felt that. Well, at least I took out second place, too. Oh, I think I've gotten awfully personal for tonight, huh? I feel like Gandalf at the moment. I have no memory of this place. Must be why I haven't earned a trophy on this cup yet. Oh, and here comes the blue sign. Just before the finish line. Oh, and... That's the definition of Mario Kart. Wow. Even the computer's against me today. Is between us being a menace in the street somewhere? Yep. Play some Contra, someone say, let's go outside. Yep. And some kid would say they want to keep gaming. Yep. And you clown on them. Oh yeah. There were certain times when that was definitely me. Practically everybody just wants to stare at their phones now. Yep. Watch people in store or restaurant. Very little actual engagement or interaction. Yeah, which is weird because I'm probably one of the few people left that don't mind when people want to interact with me that are strangers. Like, I would be one of those people too. Like, I'm in my phone when if that's the thing. I'm rarely out to eat by myself. Is the thing. If I was out to eat with somebody else, I wouldn't just stare at my phone the whole time, unless that person's being incredibly boring. I actually just thought of some other examples. I'm going to try to keep to myself of family members who, despite circumstances, for some reason, still stayed on their phone when I felt like, in this circumstance, it probably wouldn't be appropriate to be on your phone. Sure, we can all think of that. And not as simple as like, oh, it's Thanksgiving dinner, you know. Probably shouldn't be on your phone while you're hanging out with family you only see once a year. It's not like that kind of a thing. I don't know, life gives us perspective. If we wanted to keep going on the pessimism route, I would ask, which one of your life perceptions were challenged recently where you're like, oh, this is always true, but somehow you found out that belief was wrong? Kind of half expecting someone to say, nope, everything I've always believed has always been true, because I don't believe things that aren't true. And some of my life, I can tell you, is I learned from the School of Hard Knocks, so. You, your wife, and your kid went out to eat yesterday, and we were looking at our phones, having a whole conversation. Oh yeah, right. Not a look of eye contact, didn't see the issue. Yeah, Thanksgiving's a different beast, but a quick sit down at Applebee's, yeah, is different. Yes, that's what I'm referring to. I don't know. It's, like I said, I don't want to get too far into it, but I just, there's little things that I've noticed that I'm like, huh. Like, you always thought things would be different if, but here's, for example, if someone found out they had, like, a year to live, if each time you're spending out with family, you're spending your whole time deeply invested in your phone and commenting on people's Facebook posts while you're with your family and with the other people, I would think that would be another thing, too, that would be like, huh. I mean, I understand how selfish that is, too, because you're like, oh, you know, I'm not trying to rag on people who would have, you know, been given like a short time to live. I'm beginning to think it's my controller because I'm starting to notice the same thing here. It's not stick drift. But I will say, this controller has lived a good life. It's 8 years old. But I would be surprised if all of a sudden now it starts having issues. Could be my Switch, to be honest. Because this Switch is also the 8-year-old Switch. The one that Nintendo had to fix once because it stopped working altogether. I was going to say, I'm probably about ready to get hit with something since they let me take out first place. Or first place. Have you guys ever seen that meme that said every office meeting should start with this phrase? It says, hey, we're all going to die soon and none of this really matters, so why don't we just keep that in mind before anyone gets too worked up about something here, okay? I'm gonna have to look at the replay, but I think every time I've gone around that corner, they've given me ink to the face. And here comes my... Oh, I escaped the blue shell. Can I fall off edges? Yes, I can. Have I done it many times before? Yes, I also have. Well, that's another thing too. Cell phones, I can see a lot of that perspective there, nostalgic. Cell phones are one of the best and worst inventions of all time. It's the same thing with, like, would you put it up there with something like firearms, like guns? One of the best and worst inventions of all time, right? It all depends on how they're used. Same thing with almost every tool. You can say the same thing about ball-peen hammers. Depends on how they're used. One of the best and worst inventions. I guess I don't even have to say about that. It can be about any tool. Any piece of technology. What's interesting, to give some perspective on that, I don't have access to it anymore, so I can't cite the actual source. But there is a... I don't know if it's a study, but there's commentary that people gave based on school technology back in the 1920s. And it listed a lot of criticisms parents, teachers, and community members had made about the latest education technology. And yes, the latest technology at the time were pencils. And so you get to I got to read comments from people in the 1920s about how they didn't like students using pencils in school. And they were referring to universities, university students. They kept saying things like, students will never have to memorize anything again because they can just write it down and they can just keep looking it up afterwards. Because beforehand, what did students use? They used chalkboards. And whenever they were done studying something, they would just wipe away the chalk and... Oh, come on. They'd wipe away the chalk and they'd have to start all over again and then memorize it again. But with pencil and paper, or pen and paper, they can just write it down and they can just look it up whenever they want. They don't have to remember anything. So it's interesting. I look at that perspective for some technology to know that every technological innovation has always had its naysayers and always had its, like, we're doomed aesthetic to it. Even something as simple that we take for granted today as pencils. And that's just the only example I can remember off the top of my head. There's been a bunch more. There were a bunch more examples, going back to things like I don't know if they mentioned film strips or anything else like that, but pencil and paper, it was just interesting to see those criticisms. Especially taken out of time. I don't know, maybe you guys agree with him. Has the pencil destroyed students of today? Yeah. Yeah, Beaster says on that. Everything is the best and worst invention of all time, though. Yeah, I don't mean to dismiss the opinions, though, of, like, you know, cell phones being a thing. The reason why I mentioned schools to begin with is, of course, I work in education, but right now, the biggest thing that people are talking about, or one of the biggest things, other than AI, are cell phones and their use in schools. Basically, they're seen more as a distraction than a useful tool. And I've gone back and forth on it. Like, I think, again, it's depending on how they're used. But there's also these studies about screen time and things like that, and how are these devices affecting kids in their development, not just in schools, but in other aspects of life too. So, what's my take on AI? I mean, it's too new to have that big of a perspective on it. And I'm going to be honest, I personally don't feel like I'm an expert to make a judgment on it. But just know I have used AI tools, both in my job, not so much in my personal life. It's been mostly for my job that I've ever used an AI tool. It has a great potential to get rid of those tedious, menial tasks at the moment. I've also seen, so it can free you up to do other things. It can make basically, it's nice to bounce ideas off of AI, but knowing the perspective that AI isn't always going to have the answer. So the way that I've been describing it to work colleagues is, we're so used to computers having the right answer, like calculators. When you put 2 plus 2 into a calculator, you expect it to say 4, and you would never question that 4 is the wrong answer, like if it's the right answer or not. But with AI, you can trick it into thinking that 2 plus 2 equals 5. Or 2 plus 2 equals 3. And so it may give you the wrong answer. So I think right now the biggest perception I have on AI is that it's giving people, it should start educating people that maybe computers don't have the answer to everything. That's one of my perspectives. But of course, that's part of my perspective. It's not the whole thing. Obviously I say I use it, so I'm kind of over the, I don't want to say over. Despite its moral implications, I still think, like, I'm using it, trying to feel it out. Can it be used for good? I'm not one of those people who are I don't think I'm over-reliant on it, though. Like, I can function in my job without it, kind of thing. But should I? One of my perspectives early on, when AI tools first started becoming prominent in education, there was a conference that I went to that said, how many of you have written a letter of recommendation or, you know, some sort of evaluation, like, you know, for a job application or for a student submitting a college resume? How many of you have written those for your students? And I'm like, oh, I do that all the time. Since I work in a high school and I coach, I've written a lot of letters of recommendations. And they said, the presenter said, if I did not use AI to assist in writing any of those recommendations, I'm automatically putting my students' applications at a disadvantage. And the presenter went on to elaborate the reason why is because if you use AI to help assist with those tools and you give it keywords that should appear in your essay, it can help the algorithm that is looking at your letter of recommendation versus others. It can help put yours at the top by kind of subliminally adding the correct terms. Of course, I just got my speaker at that time. So basically, it would help. That was genuinely terrifying. It would help you and hurt everyone else by using it. So that was immediately something like, okay, maybe I should look into these tools a bit more, because I was kind of avoiding it at the time. Like, only using it sparingly or not at all. But as soon as I heard that, like, I could be giving my students a disadvantage by not taking a look at it, then that gave me an incentive to use it. And I felt like I needed the incentive to use it before I could actually start using it, so... yeah, like also, there's nothing wrong with AI. People complain about it. We'll put creatives out of a job, but technology has done that. Well, that's... with every technological innovation, that's always been the fear. There's every documentary about Disney animation from the 80s, when computer animation started coming up in the 80s and 90s, talk about how, you know, it was going to put people out of a job. And at the time, they said, no, it doesn't do the creative aspect. It doesn't do the creative things, so that's never going to go away. Well, of course, now they have creative stuff coming out of it. I don't know. I mean, what that means for everything is, you know, plenty of unneeded jobs went away due to tech. Yep. So, I'm more interested not in preserving what's there and saying AI shouldn't be used because it's going to take away this from other people. I'm more interested in what will become of us now that it's here. So, if no one has to do those other jobs anymore, what can we, you know, what does that do for us now? That's more my question. I think if you're asking the question, you know, should we be using it because it's going to take away jobs or something like that, to me, that's not the right question. That's not the question I would ask. It's almost like there's implicit bias written into that question, right? If you're asking that question, it must mean that you're against it, kind of thing. Well, I can't see crap, and I've already lost my protection, so there we go. Here's another question, and this is a very valid point. Could AI take away, like, YouTube streamers, or the need for game streamers? Does it need to be me playing this game, or can I just have an AI tool play it for me? Like, I know that's a big thing right now, is they're trying to keep AI cheat bots from accessing games and online. Again, it's a tool. How you use it is definitely worth considering. Got that just in time. Ooh. And here comes my blue shell. The reward for avoiding death is forced death. But I will say this is, and I'm saying that from the perspective, this is something I do for fun. I don't make a living off of this. Would it be nice to? Oh, sure. But that's not currently what I'm doing now, so... Right now, if AI takes this over, I guess I just lose a hobby more than my livelihood. I have seen some people raise the question, what if due to AI, this helps basically state, like, do we need a 40-hour work week? Or will the workforce no longer be needed at such things to where humans can have a lighter work week thanks to AI? So basically, we would still have, that's right. Second blue shell couldn't get me. I think that's a nice perspective of saying it can free humans up for more things they enjoy, or for raising a family or doing everything else. Ooh, let's see here. So much of AI slop and brain rot. Well, I mean, that's as it exists today, but I'm looking at potential, not as it exists today. Creators will need to gain themselves some useful skills. Yep. Give up art and learn it skills. Well, that's the thing. Do you need to give it up just because you can't make a living off of it? Or can you make a living off of something else and still do it as a hobby? There are people who only do arts because it's lucrative. I think that field will feel it the most. But think about this one, like, who was it? President George W. Bush apparently has, I will say, made a living. One of the things he likes to do now is paint after his career is over, and so, I mean, he still makes art. I'm not going to say it's great art, I haven't actually seen most of it, but he's not doing it for a living, he's doing it for a hobby. There are other people who are definitely doing it for the lucrativeness of it. And that's just one example, that's painting. So, you can obviously do other art forms and make a living off of it. But do you think just because AI can do it, that's going to stop him from making his own paintings? Probably not. Like I said, it all comes from your... Oh, there we go. There's the term I'm looking for. It comes from your sense of fulfillment. Are you fulfilled in what you do? And if AI can take away your sense of fulfillment, that's the question I would like answered. Or do you have to give up what fulfills you because AI takes it over? Those are all good questions to ask. I don't have answers to them. But I didn't even think to ask them until prompted by you guys. And you guys don't have to answer this. How many of you have used AI to chat with me? Like, would you use AI to make a comment on a video or AI to chat with me? I know some people have AI chat box embedded in their stream to keep like engagement going and things like that. And I don't consider that dishonest, I just haven't done it. Is that something you guys would like to see me do? Like, it would keep suggesting topics if the topics run dry? Or offering alternative perspectives based other than what the stream is saying? So. I know I haven't really made a big deal out of it, but you guys know that I started using an AI tool to help with some original music compositions. Because right now, as it sits, I'm not very good at writing down music or composing it, but I can sing out what I want, and then if AI can help generate a song based on what I'm doing, I don't see a problem with that. A lot of different topics I talked about. So that's what it means for those who assume to have their job eliminated. Never used AI other than to summarize basic info. And that's the thing too, it helps free up your brain power for other things. Summarization is a logical thinking tool, but not everything requires your brain power, I guess. Or you can do some higher level skills now to have a summary. Can I make a judgment about something that AI might not be able to? For example, AI is still not good at moral judgments and ethical questions and things that don't have a definite answer. It's the same with all technology, all computers. Things that don't have a definite answer, computers still can't really figure out that way. I feel like I am online still, based on how much the computer's still getting me here. I hit Yoshi twice, and nobody else. Well, that stinks, because that's not where I want to be. That's right. here. I've been sitting for a while because now my leg is starting to go numb. Oh, a lot of different topics to cover today, though. I might have to stand for a little bit. Oh, good. That's the last one of this cup. Now we get to see the recap. I actually don't remember what my results were on this. I didn't pay attention when I was showing it. So I debated a lot of issues tonight, but I have to ask, what are your guys? Oh, I did get first one of them. Nice. 3-star gold. So because I'm streaming tonight, you guys know I won't be streaming tomorrow, so I have to ask what's coming up in your guys' lives this week. I know we have Monday off here in the US, so... Anybody else got some other plans for this weekend? Now that we've discussed that gaming's a huge waste of time and AI can just do it for us. Alright, this is the last cup that I don't have a trophy on this copy of the game. That is interesting. I think I got one more cup left in me. And the only reason why I'm playing offline now, if you're just joining me, is because online started getting horrendous lag, and it was keeping me from actually enjoying the game because I couldn't control my cart. This is Spiny Cup. I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know if I've actually... I thought I had played all of these cups on stream before, but the lack of a trophy here makes me think I hadn't played Spiny Cup before. Oh my gosh. Well, now I'm lost protection. Come on. Right before the finish line. Okay, well, at least I'm still gonna win. Whew. Anyway, getting back to it. No! Oh, I lost my protection, but we'll see. Oh! Thought I was gonna make it. Ah! Ended up hitting him eventually. How did I end up in first? No time in this, and I'll go see what the green show. Ouch. Ouch. I was gonna hit that with my red shell. Ah! Knocked him back. Holy crap. I am way ahead of everybody in this one. I'm keeping an eye out for a blue shell, but I'm surprised there hasn't been one coming. That's amazing. Oh. I saw that chat come in just as the race was starting, so sorry boosters, I'll have to catch that in a little bit. Oh, this is the Wii one. This is the one I did very well on online, so... okay. So after playing this online, the computer competition doesn't really seem to be much competition. Oh, I missed the airplane version. Come on. Oh no. So I was trying not to hit those. And that's my first time flying off. There we go. Still got first. Oh, they're lucky they didn't make lesser systems by the pound to promote the magazines. Because you'd have to buy them all. That was the best thing about buying them, seeing it was in the magazines. What was in the magazines 10 years later? Those magazines are the reason why weird systems are so expensive. I mean, in a sense, I guess, yeah. If people had never heard of them, they wouldn't be that expensive, right? They wouldn't be... No one would even know what they were. And I think this is... Yeah, we've unlocked the credits. Because I just finished the DLC cut. I think this is the second set of credits. Yeah. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pets. So we'll be able to go through that. I was looking at some of the other games that were coming out for the Switch since I asked that question I don't know how long ago, but I still have the results up on my search. So I think the top game is still Kirby Air Riders, which is, I guess, the first one since the GameCube. I was kind of surprised they never came out with it again on the, whatchamacallit, on the Wii with improved Wii motion controls like they did with all the other obscure titles. The Kirby Air Riders would be one I'm looking forward to. The Hyrule Warriors game, I mean, I haven't played any of them yet, to be honest. So, and I don't know if this is a new one or if this is just another remaster. Octopath Traveler 0 looks interesting, doesn't have to be one I grabbed, but that one is another one that's coming out for the Switch. I was asking, like, what games on the Switch 2 is anyone looking forward to, and right now, it doesn't seem like anyone even knows what's coming out. I've watched the Nintendo Directs and I keep forgetting about it. Oh, there's a new Rhythm Heaven game coming out. That one I would kind of be excited for, but I mean, any game that comes out for the Switch 2 right now, I think can also be done on the Switch 1. And I think because they still are selling Switch 1s, and that's their bigger base, I think that's going to be what people are buying, but that's just me. There's another Dragon Quest remaster, it looks like. And then Prime 4, which I think is coming out, yeah, in December. So, Prime 4 is one of those games where I hope I'm still excited for it by the time it comes out. But I mean, I still don't think it's going to come out. Just because of how long the hype has been for it. Kingdom Hearts 3 was the same way, by the way. Because it took so long for that game to come out. I kind of lost all excitement for it. By the time it came out, I still to this day have not played it. I've probably put it in for maybe 5 minutes, and then was like, oh, I'll walk away and come back to it later. But after Kingdom Hearts 2, I was really looking forward to it. Then they did all those weird offshoot games. It took 2 console generations for them to come out with something new. And when they finally did, I don't know, I've heard it's been mediocre, but I haven't experienced it myself, so maybe that's something I'll have to play on stream sometime. But I guess Metroid Prime 4 might be the next game I buy for the Switch 2. But it's also coming out for the Switch, so who knows. Maybe that one's not one that I'm looking forward to getting or not. At least for the Switch 2. Is Air Riders also coming to the Switch 1? Let's go to Switch 2, upcoming Switch 2 console exclusive games. Let's see if I can say that. Yeah. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment comes out in November. Kirby Air Riders, it says, is an exclusive game. This is an AI overview, though. So, even if I didn't want to use AI, this is the first result, according to Google. Oh yeah, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I remember seeing that was announced. Splatoon Raiders. I guess they have to have a new Splatoon for the new system. So, I guess we'll have to have one of those for esports, because we are going to hopefully compete in Splatoon this year. Fire Emblem, that one is the one I saw the least reaction to, because I watched this with a bunch of students for the Nintendo Direct, and that was the one that everyone's like, I've never heard of Fire Emblem, or I've heard of it but never played it. And then there was like a lot of just general lack of interest. Oh yeah, Duskbloods. That's the, FromSoft game. Basically, it's their version of Bloodborne for the Switch 2, and apparently it's gonna be exclusive to the Switch 2? I don't know. And hey, there it is. You know what? You're welcome, Nintendo. That's what makes it all worth it. But $25 and then an extra so much a year to get this booster pack. That almost doubles the size of this over 10-year-old game. Well, I think I've got enough time for one round of Wheel of Fortune. What do you guys think? We'll switch over and then we'll finish up with Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I thought this was going to be a quick switch over, but you're going to have to give me a second. Because I didn't realize I loaded the Wheel of Fortune game onto the Switch 2, which is currently not here. And it says it's offline and won't let me load my virtual game card. And I just came back just to say the virtual game card system is one of the worst that Nintendo has come up with. So I will be back with Wheel of Fortune, but it's going to take me a bit to set up. So give me a little bit longer and I will be able to switch over. Alright, and now we're back in the classic view here. I will have to probably turn on the lights now so you guys can see me. Let's turn on one of them. Come on. There we go. Hey, there we go. Now you can see me. And just FYI, the reason why I'm able to play this without the virtual game card is I have it physically as well. So, we were talking about physical media and what the importance is of it. I can play this because I have it physically here. If I had left it at work, though, then I wouldn't have it. But that's another +1 over digital titles. And remember, if you have a letter for me to guess in the chat, or if you know the puzzle, put it in there and we'll put the guess in as soon as I can. But yeah, I can't believe that. I don't think the Switch 2 is offline, but Nintendo says it is. I didn't shut it off. It's always on standby so I can update, because we might need it for competition. Oh? That's interesting. Apparently I was in the middle of another game. I think maybe some of my students were playing... Oh, we were playing Wheel of Fortune at the school, that's why. It must be one of the games we were playing there. Huh. Never would have thought about that.
From Sony Pictures Studios, it's America's Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for tonight's hosts?
Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see so many. It says here, well, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. Let's start a toss-up round for $1,000. The category is Classic TV.
I have to move my camera down so you guys can see it. Now you can see my scores. Laverne and Shirley. I just don't know how to spell Laverne.
Are you ready to solve? Contestant number 2.
Oh. Well, apparently they buzzed in before me. Is the lag still happening?
It's time to
I wonder if this controller is my issue. It's a Switch Pro controller, but it is 8 years old.
Thing.
I bought it with the original console. Things. Chosen? Carefully chosen words.
Contestant number 1. Your chance to solve.
Nope. I'm beginning to think it is the controller, or that of the Switch. Did Nintendo push an update to force me to get a Switch 2, which I already have? There we go.
No sense in hanging around here. Let's go ahead and get going. Shall we go ahead and start the round? The category is Thing. Let's get this round started with the first spin.
Like I say, I had a lot of fun playing just random Mario Kart levels and catching up with you guys on the chat so far tonight. It's definitely...
We have 1 R.
It doesn't require a lot of my brain process all the time.
That's a lot
Just to
of
get
money.
some good old Mario Kart in. I have no idea. It's got the very descriptive thing. Which could be anything.
600. Yes, we have some S's.
And once I'm done, I'm going to review some, because I was capturing the gameplay using the same program I used to stream, rather than my traditional method, which sometimes doesn't get the sound, which is part of the reason why I'm streaming in this room of the house to begin with, because I had to capture some footage of me streaming Mario Kart anyway. Or not streaming, but playing Mario Kart so that my players can have some footage and time trials to practice against. And I like competing against their coach, so...
650.
Which, you guys saw,
Yes,
I'm not
we
that
have
big of a
some
slouch at Mario Kart, but I'm not the best either. I'm not like... I wasn't using a lot of shortcuts. Basically, I wasn't practicing a lot of what I preached, but I wasn't doing too bad. The volume on this thing keeps going up and down.
If you'd like to buy a vowel, we have 1E.
1E. Yeah, one of the most commonly used letters. We got one in here. At least there wasn't.
If you'd
At least there
like to
wasn't
buy a
zero.
vowel, yes, we have some A's.
2 of those. And bankrupt. I knew I should have kept buying vowels. I knew they were going to bankrupt me. I've gotten so used to
Painful as bankruptcy
how
gets.
rigged the game is that that's why I started buying vowels. I'm like, well, I got enough money, they're just going to start bankrupting me.
$600. Do we have any of those? No, I'm sorry. Wow, $2,500.
Yep,
Yes, we have some teas.
of course. Restaurant?
No small amount of cash there to help you out.
New restaurant? No. Farthest from my mind at the moment. Not
I'm
even hungry.
sorry, there are none on the board.
Hey.
$650.
Oh. I was actually getting used to the
We
idea.
have one seat. Great job. That's quite a bit of cash.
That's quite a bit of cash. No, it's not. Don't lie to me.
Oh no. 600. Yes, we have some L's. I guess you'll be paying for dinner tonight. If you'd like to buy a vowel, you've got the... Wow, not a single one on the board. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not restaurant. Yes, it took me till then to realize it wasn't restaurant. Oh, great. Now the computer's going to
Someone
get
is
annoying.
lucky today. We could have another $1 million winner soon. Yes, we have some H's.
Resistant nail polish.
know.
Hip-resistant nail polish.
Interrelated, right?
Okay, now that I know it's not restaurant, that's what's good.
It's a free play. You have a free play. You'd like to buy a vowel? Yes, we have some I's. Oh, prize. Unfortunately, that's not.
There's only 2 consonants left on the whole puzzle. Either they want me to solve it right away, or I have a chance to spin. Although, if this person gets it...
Yes,
Yep.
we have some P's.
They had a lot of money, so now we're gonna have a struggle for the first time in a while getting to the
Are
bonus
you ready
round.
to solve contestant number 3? Looks like a few lucky contestants. Contestant number 2, you're up first, so take a spin. Wow, not a single one on the board. I'm sorry. $700. Will we get any help on this? It seems we're out of luck. $600. We have 1 R. That's a fair bit of cash you picked up. It's too close. 900. We have 1 T. Great job. That's quite. If you'd like to buy, unfortunately, there are none. Come on, let's go. 900. Unfortunately, that's not what we need. $650. Yes, we have some ends. Well, that's a help.
Wow.
You've certainly got the money, so you have...
This is on easy, by the way.
Will we get any help on this? It seems we're out of luck.
I mean, they're starting me out on bankrupt, so that's a good sign, right?
Prize. We have one S. Wow. Go ahead and take that. Sure, you can buy. Yes, we have some E's.
Showbiz, huh? Something opening scene.
Keep moving, keep moving. 600. Yes, we have some G's.
A riveting opening
That's a
scene?
lot of money you won there. You hit big with $3,500. We have one C. Good job. Keep that going, and you'll be heading home a winner tonight.
Alright, I think we got enough to
Contestant
challenge.
number one,
So.
it's your chance.
Oh yeah, and we had the Egypt.
I am speechless. Did you just pull that out of thin air?
Are you ready to see the Great Pyramids? How about the Alexandria Library? Then come with us to Egypt, sail down the Nile like a pharaoh, and see the splendor of the Valley of the Kings. It's $7,320.
You're here at the right time, as it's time for the prize round. The winner will be getting a special prize on top of the cash. The category is Things. Contestant number 3, you're up first, so take a spin. Oh!
Should make them lose all their computer money that they won illegitimately.
$650. Yes, we have some R's.
Okay.
That's a lot of money you won. What vowel would you like? Yes, we have some I's.
Oh, we're hopping on the express.
Yes, we have some T's. You have a decision to make now. Would you like to... You can certainly buy a vowel. Yes, we have some E's. Yes, we have some N's. Don't go and spend all that at once now. can certainly buy a vowel. What would you like? Ouch. Bankrupt is...
I knew it.
Come on, let's go. 900. We have 1 M. That's a lot of money you won.
I'm thinking that's
What vowel would you
retirement, but
like?
that's not
Not a
retirement.
single one on the board. I'm sorry.
That's pretty bad when you get a word stuck in your head. Because it keeps you from seeing what it could be.
500. Unfortunately, that...
Ha!
Ouch. Bankrupt is... $5.50. We have 1 G. Good job. Keep
I still have no
that
idea what this is.
heading home a winner tonight. $900. I'm sorry, there are none on... $6.50. Unfortunately, there are... $700. Yes, we have some S's. Great job. That's quite a bit of cash in your pocket now.
What?
You've certainly got the money. We have 1 U.
Reimbursements? No? Requirements. Like I said, I still couldn't get that other word out of my head, so... Hey, we'll get a half try.
We have 1 U. I know you must be excited to go hop in that car and drive, but we still have some of the show left, so hang on. Wow, you made that look easy. Congratulations, you're going to Italy.
Oh,
Come
that was a
with
prize
us on
puzzle.
Trip to Italy. and
Egypt, now Italy?
experience the
That'd be a nice
warm
trip.
and Sunny Mediterranean climate, the ancient sites in Rome, and the wonderful food.
It's $7,320.
Are we ready for another toss-up round? The amount is $3,000 and the category is food and drink.
Oh gosh. This is one of the longest ones I've seen. Assorted cheese platter.
Are you ready to solve, contestant number 1? Shall we go ahead and start the round? The category is, what are you doing? Here goes one last spin. Do we have any of those?
No, no ours. That's the first puzzle tonight.
Wow, not a single one on the board. I'm sorry. Do we have any of those? No, I'm sorry. Yes, we have some N's. Good job. Keep that going. Contestant number 1. Your chance.
No idea.
We have one O. Contestant number 2, your chance to solve. Unfortunately, there are none on the board. I'm sorry. Yes, we have some S's.
Finding all the common
That's
letters.
a lot of money you won there. Contestant number 1, would you like to solve? Wow, not a single one on the board. I'm sorry. Yes, we have some I's. Contestant number 3, your chance to solve.
And I can go for the obvious letter.
Yes, we have some G's. That's a lot of money you won there. Contestant number 1, your chance to solve.
What are we doing? Something fashion design?
We have one.
Hey, Mike,
I.
welcome to the stream.
That's a fair bit of cash you picked up.
That's right, I'm streaming today because tomorrow I will be out of the house, so I won't be streaming. I know, right? I didn't have plans tonight, but I have plans tomorrow night, and that's something. Studying fashion design? There are multiple letters?
We have one T.
Yeah.
Great job. That's quite a bit of cash in your pocket now. Contestant number 1, your chance to solve.
There we go.
Wow, that is incredible. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, I study fashion design.
And now the winner will follow me for the bonus round.
There we go.
Let's go over here now. Thing. We'll throw R, S, T, L, N, and an E up on the board as always. Contestant, would you please choose 3 consonants and a vowel? I was pretty sure you were going to get that one.
Oh, gosh. What kind of mustache?
Only a limited time, so
Handlebar
good luck
mustache?
and solve.
Remember, with great mustache comes great responsibility. Wow.
I guess you'll be paying for dinner tonight.
What's that total bring us up to today? $74,990. That's also in 2018, so there is an inflation rate, but we won't worry about that tonight. Level 39, same as my age. And there you have it, folks. That's all I got for tonight. You were just able to make it in barely at the end, but better late than never, right, Mike? That's all I got. Thanks everyone for joining for the stream. I want to appreciate everyone who's been watching the 16-Bit Wars series that is currently out there. If you haven't yet, definitely check out parts 1 and 2. I've also got some shorts out there kind of summarizing a few of those. But if I don't see you guys throughout the next week, hope to see you guys next week on the stream. I'm pretty sure I will be also streaming again next Sunday, but I should have told you guys last week I wasn't going to be able to stream this week. Yeah, it looks like next Sunday I'll be there, so hope you guys have a great night, an even better week. If I don't see you throughout the week, hope to see you next Sunday. Have a good one, everybody.